Now joining us here on Henderson Lions football is Coach Dennis Alexander. We head into the one of two remaining district ball games, Coach. A team Pinetree that after a big win against Gilmer earlier in the season, they've fallen off a little bit. But one thing that you could take from that win that they had against Gilmer, it was here. Gilmer came in, maybe looking past Pinetree to a bigger game down the road and got caught. So with Kilgore next week, maybe that helps sharpen the focus a little bit, but from now on, it's really a must-win situation, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Pinetree's same situation we are. By having beaten Gilmer the first game, now with us, if they can beat us tonight and then they have Hallsville next week, they'd go 3-2 and they'd go as third-place team. They have lost the last 2 weeks to Carthage and Kilgore, who are, you know, apparently two strongest teams in the district right now. We would hope that we're in that same boat when it's all said and done, but right now they are. And so they hadn't played as well against them. They played awfully hard, but turned around, gave up some big plays, and then played good, and then give up another one. And before you know it, everything kind of mushroomed, but they really played better than what the score indicated. The first game against Gilmer, they had a lot of offense, and I don't think Gilmer was looking past Pinetree at the time. Pinetree lost, I know, 3 close games non-district, and just didn't think they had clicked on all cylinders. So they finally did, had right at 400 yards, I think, offense that game, and really played well. So they've been trying to get back to that point, and now we're going to try to keep them from getting there.
What do they present to you on both sides of the ball? What have you noticed, first of all, offensively about this Pinetree squad?
Well, they have a really good running back. Last year's sophomore, Darrell Bush, gained over 1,000 yards. I think he gained 1,200 yards in 8 games, and he broke one for 75 on us in the first quarter for a touchdown. So we know he's a good player. I've watched him against Kilgore and Carthage, how he runs tough, makes extra yardage, and just really a good player. Now, they haven't had a great passing attack, although they can throw the ball. They got a receiver that's caught about as many passes as Charles, so we hope to keep them in check. And you know, they've had the fewest yardage of any of the teams in the district on offense, but that's subject to change because they do have a great back, and quarterback's a good operator. So we hope we play as well as we have the last 2 weeks, you know, and keep them in check.
Defensively, what did you see in film about this Pirate squad?
Well, they're very quick. We feel like they're about like Hallsville, we think, defensively. They're not quite as good as Carthage, of course, and I hope nobody is. Carthage is really outstanding on defense, but Pinetree plays very hard to get good penetration, and they've been very aggressive. We feel like if we'll block like we have at times, that we're going to have a chance to, you know, make some things happen, and just see if we can't get it going and maybe get momentum like we did last week, and we hope that happens. I basically told the kids this afternoon, you know, if they stay in the game like Hallsville did, then anything can happen with a turnover, and we'd be subject to losing the game. I feel like we're a little stronger team than Pinetree at this time, but if we make the turnovers and don't take advantage of things when we get it, goes down to the fourth quarter, anything can happen.
Great homecoming last week. A turnout that really you couldn't have expected against a strong Gilmer squad.
No, we were surprised with the outcome. I thought, I was hoping that we were a little better team than they were. And they were not as quick on defense as some of the teams we've played, and that ended up showing. And then our defense played super. I thought they really set the tempo and intimidated Gilmer to some extent. And things just mushroomed, and Gilmer wore down, and our kids played really well. And after the last 2 weeks, we needed that kind of win, and it was really significant because it gave us the opportunity to really look at these 2 games now and realize, you know, we can come back and make the playoffs. So it was a game we had to have.
That Gilmer offense just seemed completely confused by the defensive alignment you threw at them. And in fact, their coach this week in the Tyler Morning Telegraph said that was a new defense and they just couldn't react to it. I mean, it showed a lot from the kids to adjust to a new defense and implement it pretty quickly.
Well, it really wasn't anything special. I think, and Gilmer probably could have handled it better. I think what hurt him much as anything was our kids played really good, played hard, and the wet field, getting behind and doing those things they were doing. There's a lot of slipping and sliding around, and So the scheme itself didn't do it, but our execution was really good, and just being more physical and taking it to them set the tempo.
Do you anticipate just switching back to a normal alignment defensively against this Pinetree team since they're more run-based?
Yeah, we'll be back into things that we've done all year. Basically what we did against Gilmer was for 4 wide receivers and shotgun a lot, and then we had adjustments to do when they went back to the I or went to a 2-back offense or went to a tight end. So what we did you wouldn't do against a tight end 2-back offense because you don't have enough linebackers or enough defensive linemen in the game. So we've had to adjust some things and mostly back to our older stuff.
Yeah, one thing that I noticed in that Gilmer game that really worked for the Lions was the backs coming out of the backfield and catching some passes. Derek Page had a couple nice catches, Pat Brown as well.
Well, Pat was at wingback, and Pat's a good receiver. He's had tough luck on a couple passes this year, but he's really a good receiver and a good runner when he catches it. And he comes out of the wingback spot, but we did get Bo out, and we tried to get the tailback out a time or two, and they did a good job of knocking him off and keeping him from getting out. So we hope to utilize a few things there and make the running game go and get the secondary and linebackers playing the run and maybe take advantage of some things.
Good luck tonight.
Thank you, Charles.
That's Coach Dennis Alexander, and we'll be back with more on Henderson Lions football.
We're behind you all the way, Lions, from the classroom to the football field. Best of luck from the law firm of Welburn, Houston, Atkinson, Mann, Sadler, and Hill.
East Tex Telephone Cooperative Incorporated wants our member customers to know about enhanced services that are now offered. With the call waiting service, you can receive an alert of incoming calls while you are already engaged in conversation. Call forwarding transfers incoming calls to another number. The caller ID feature lets you see who's calling before you answer the phone. Contact East Tex Telephone Cooperative Incorporated for more information on enhanced services.
And welcome live to Pinetree Stadium, where your Henderson Lions are set to take on the Pinetree Pirates. The Lions looking for their second district win of the season. They come into this contest at 6-2 and 1-2 in district play. Good evening, I'm Charles Witt, alongside Bobby Briscoe and Charlie Franklin. We've already had the toss of the coin here. And Charlie, who was representing the Lions out there?
The 4 senior co-captains tonight were number 21, Kenyatta Neal, number 44, Jeremy Blanton, number 50, Justin Mayfield, and number 84, Kanan Wilhite. The Pirates won the toss and deferred to the second half, so the Lions will take the ball, and Pinetree elected to kick from the right to the left. So see, this field runs east and west, doesn't it?
Yes,
okay,
it
you
does.
know, most fields run north and south, but this field over here runs east and west. So they'll be kicking from the west end toward the east, but there's virtually no breeze tonight as the flag is setting limp there. And so the wind will not be any kind of a factor tonight. It's just very, very calm. Kind of humid for this time of the year, really.
Yeah, unique weather, perfect weather really for football. The field here in Pinetree in excellent condition. As back to receive for the Lions, Kenyatta Neal is in the middle at the goal line. Flanking him on the far side, Brian Brown. On the near side is Derek Page. They're set at the 6-yard line. Pinetree 2-6 on the year. They are 1-2 in district play, and they're ready to kick it off to the Lions. And here is the kick. It's a low one to the near side. Page takes it at the 10, cuts up down the sideline at the 30, and he'll get dragged down at the 35-yard line by Watnell Howard.
Well, they kicked the ball away from Kenyatta in the middle there, knowing he has great speed. They kicked it low. Had the ball hit the turf, it'd have been a real tough ball to handle. But Derek Page caught the ball in the air and came out to the 35-yard line. So good field position and good return for the Lions to start the ball game.
Offensive line for the Lions, Doug Gibbons, Grant Vidito, Chad McCray, Javis Wright, and Matt Appleton. As behind the center is Jonathan Stovall. Neal and Page in the backfield. Here's a delayed handoff to Neal up the middle, and he may get barely just less than a yard, maybe a half a yard, before the Pinetree defense swarmed all over him. A defense that has 7 starters back from last year.
Well, they were coming tough.
They're lined up in a 4-4. They got 4 down linemen. They got defensive ends, defensive tackles, and they've got linebackers. And what they've probably done is they've just taken their linebackers and shifted them to the weak side and put their strong safety behind one of the defensive ends. It gives a 4-4 look.
A generous spot, 1 yard given the Neils, 2nd and 9 at the 36. The wingbacks on the left side. Here's the pitch to Neal on the far side, trying to sweep it out. He's over to 40, down the sideline to the 50, and nicked out of bounds at the 46 of the Pirates. A nice gain of 18 on the carry.
Boy, I tell you what, good job of getting outside because Pinetree was coming fast, but once he turned the corner, he was able, that great speed, to get up the field for that 18-yard gain before the Pirates could close. Good play.
Yeah, they didn't have us flanked at all, and we got outside, and our linemen pulled out there and got their key blocks, and good things happened. Got a timeout.
Brief timeout on the field is they're asking the Pinetree players to back up a little from the sideline. The tight ends in for Henderson right now is Charles Simpson and Terrence Oliver. Right side wingback is Pat Brown. Here's Stovall back to pass, looking down the middle at the 20, overthrows Pat Brown, who is well covered on the play by Daniel Bradley.
That's a good call by Coach Alexander. Got a little pass there, a deep pass pattern there by everybody. The ball could have been completed, pretty easily there. He overthrew him a little bit. They're either going to loosen up or they're going to get beat.
2nd and 10 now, 11:02 here on the clock, first quarter of play. Stovall looks over his line. Here's a snap, and he hands off to Page. Page misdirection, goes over to the left side of the line, up to the 44-yard line for a gain of 2.
Yeah, not much there. The Lions have found it going pretty tough inside. Every time they hand the ball off inside, the Pirates have pretty well stacked it up. So we've got a tough third and a short 8 or a long 7 this time.
The Lions come out of the huddle. They send Kenneth Williams left side as a wideout. Pat Brown and Charles Simpson split out to the near side. 2 in the backfield, Terrence Oliver and Page. Here's the quick snap, quick throw. Kenneth Williams with it. He breaks 1 tackle, gets over to 35 to the 34, and that's going to be close to a first down.
Good move there after he caught the football.
Yes, it was.
A little quick hitch, about a 3-yard hitch, and Kenneth Williams got by the first tackler, and that gave him the first down. They closed quickly on the ball, but a good move there. Had the guy made the tackle, it would have been 4th and about 3 or 4, but he made a good move.
And I tell you what scared me is the cornerback was keying on that, and he broke for the ball.
It scared me too, Bob.
Oh, he'd have caught it.
Marked at the 34 as Stovall comes to the line. 2 in the backfield, Page and Pat Brown is pitched. Now that's Bowens. Bowens with it, sweeping around the near side, gets around the corners, pushed out of bounds after a 5-yard pickup to the 29.
Boy, that time Bo Page got out here and just got a tremendous block. Let Fred get outside and get a little extra yardage. Those linemen got upfield and got a good block. We'll take that 4.5 yards every time, won't we?
I would, as that makes it 2nd and 5.
We're down in the 4-down zone now. I heard multiple whistles. What does that mean?
Maybe it looks like they're asking the Henderson players to back up now a little. Looks like on the far sideline. So the officials getting a little too crowded here, and that caused the second delay of the game. Alan Ayton now in at left side wingback. Fred Bowens remains in the backfield along with Derek Page. 2nd and 5 at the 29. Here's the snap. And Stovall back to pass under pressure immediately, and he throws it incomplete. In on the rush for Pinetree was number 5, Eddie Key, and he came from the right side unblocked.
He made him throw the ball too quick, didn't he?
I was watching downfield. We had a guy wide open downfield, and I didn't watch the blocking inside to see what happened.
They brought an outside rush, Bobby, and he wasn't touched. And as soon as Johnson, he didn't even really get set up. He threw off balance. And he just got rid of the ball and threw it away.
They're going to run them through then, aren't they?
Yep.
3rd down and 5 with 9:52 on the clock. Neal back into the game.
Yeah.
Here's the snap. They hand it to Neal. Left side, he has some room. Up to the 25, and that will be a 4-yard gain. Going to make it 4th and a long one. And like you mentioned, Charlie, this is really four-down territory as Stovall looks for the play.
Yeah, anytime you run on third down, well, Coach Alexander saying, hey, we got 2 downs to make that 5 yards in, and we're going to come at you. So let's see if we go to the I formation with or we stay. No, we can start regular offense. You know, last week we had Simpson at quarterback, but we're staying with the regular offense right here.
Jeffrey Holman in as the right side wingback. Here's the snap, pitch back to Neal, and he gets the first down, dragging
on his
a
own.
Pirate. What a great play by Neal.
Second effort on his part. He was wrapped up. The only reason he made is he kept his feet moving, kept those legs turning, and got the yardage we needed to get the first down.
They hit him on the line of scrimmage.
Yes, they did.
Cornerback Daniel Bradley came from the left side and wrapped Neal around the ankles, but that didn't stop him as he gets to the 20, just past the 23-yard line.
Clock running 8:58 here in the first quarter. We've taken the open drive and it kept it, so let's see if we can just take that thing on in for a score.
Pat Brown in at right side wing back. Neal and Page remain in the backfield. Here's the snap. Stovall straight drop. Under pressure. Forced out of the pocket. He's going to be sacked. Sacked at the 34 by a number of Pirates. The first man in there was number 42, Ross Brewer.
Well, they're just bringing everybody, but that time Jonathan he really just needed to step up about 2 steps and he would have been in pretty good shape and he could have got the ball off, but instead it flushed him out. Of course, that's okay. You know, he's not up here and hindsight's 20/20. That's all right, Jonathan. Things gonna work out, bud.
Big play for the Pirates there as he lost 11 yards, so a 2nd and 21.
At the 34-yard line, clock still running at 8:08. Another brief timeout as the officials once again pushing the players back.
They are hung up on
this seems a little bit nitpicky, but they are the officials, so you gotta.
Let's see if the Lions can overcome that big loss. Then we're gonna call timeout.
Timeout, and we'll take a timeout as well. No score. 8 minutes left, first quarter on Henderson Lions football.
Turning points, those times in our lives that make a dramatic impact. Marriage, divorce, a child's birth, a death. These are just a few of life's turning points. But life's ultimate turning point is where we will spend eternity. I'm Jerry Wilson, pastor of Henderson's First Baptist Church, and I want to invite you to join us Sundays at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. as we discover biblical answers and support for life's turning points.
People's State Bank is proud to announce a new 24-hour customer service access line, an incredible advancement in bank customer service. All you need to do is press a few buttons and you can receive your checking, savings, CDs, and loan balances. Here's the number, 657-7019. That's 657-7019. You receive step-by-step procedures that are easy to follow. That's 657-7019. It's incredible. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
2nd and 21 for the Lions as the timeout's over. They're at the 34 of Pinetree. 8 minutes left here, first quarter. 3 wideouts, 2 near side for the Lions. Back to pass Stovall, lofts it near side, intended for Simpson, and it goes behind him as it's incomplete at the 12-yard line. He was well covered on the play, but it looked like he had a shot at it.
Looked like he kind of lost the football there for a minute.
He had time, too, so, you know.
A little underthrown, but
underthrown.
Sometimes you got to come back and get those kind.
3rd and 21 now as Alan Aiden comes in with the play.
We're might be out of field goal range, so we need to get down there and get at least 12, 15 yards, give old Clayton a good shot.
Kenneth Williams, far side as a wideout. Aiden and Simpson near side. Here's the snap. Stovall, straight drop. Has time. Now moves up in the pocket, puts it downfield for Simpson, leaps up, and he grabs it. Touchdown! Simpson out-leaped his man for it, as there's now a little bit of rust up in the end zone. Marty Groover, their rover, was covering Simpson. Simpson just leaped over him, and that's a 34-yard touchdown pass for the Lions.
You know, Charlie, you said we need to get a little closer to get the field goal, and I really almost said, well, we just really need to score.
And that's what happened is that time the protection was great for Stovall.
Well, when you score on 3rd and 34, you got somebody smiling down upon you.
You sure do.
Clayton Kirsch ready to attempt the extra point. Pat Brown is holding. Here's the snap. Ball's down. Kick is up. throw for pressure, and it's through. Kirsch is hit on the play by 3 Pirates. He's down for a moment, but now up. A flag thrown on the play as Kirsch was hit by Daniel Bradley and a couple other Pinetree Pirates.
I don't know how in the world he got that ball off without getting it blocked. The guy must have overrun it because he was back there a long time before he kicked the football.
7:48 first quarter. Lions lead it 7-0 on Henderson Lions football.
Smith Chevrolet Olds Cadillac wants you to know about the new 98 Chevy trucks. The best-selling CK pickup now has pass lock theft deterrent system, dual airbags, and automatic transmission enhancements. Tahoe and Suburban also have these features, along with optional comfort and security package on LT models. The OnStar system is also optional on Chevy trucks. And remember that 4-wheel drive models have the latest on-demand 4-wheel drive systems. Come by Smith Chevrolet Olds Cadillac, Highway 79 in East Main, on the savings side of the street in Henderson.
Henderson Tire has the largest selection of Cooper tires at the guaranteed lowest prices in Rusk County. They also provide full mechanic services. If you want the best price in Rusk County, whether it's brake service, wheel alignment, or replacement of shocks, Henderson Tire is the place to be. They offer 90 days, same as cash, with the lowest prices ever. They'll beat any advertised price in Rusk County. At Henderson Tire, there's no appointment necessary. Come by anytime for great service. Henderson Tire, 205 South Marshall in the old Montgomery Wards building.
A 34-yard touchdown pass from Jonathan Stovall to Charles Simpson put the Lions on the board first. A nice opening drive. They lead it 7-0 here with 7:48 left in the first quarter. Now to kick it off now, a roughing the kicker penalty on the extra point. So the Lions are going to kick it off from the 45 of Pinetree. As back to receive for Pinetree is Deldrick Taylor, Rajard Roberts, and J.T. McLean.
If he hits this one real good, it might be over in wide open.
Well, I was hoping he'd kick it through the field, the uprights, but Coach Alexander doing the smart thing. He's going to kick it over in corner, and it's a smart thing to do.
Here is the kick. It's high to the 20. Taken there as Pinetree takes it up to the 30-yard line. On the return there was Mark Peters. And Pinetree finally gets their hands on the ball. And nice.
If you're going to kick the ball like that, you need to kick it real high. He didn't get it quite high enough.
Guess who was first down the field that time, took the first shot at him?
Wasn't a kicker.
No, number 9.
Number 9.
Marcus Browning.
That's old Mark Browning.
I saw Josh Burks. He had him zeroed in, too.
First and 10 at the 31. One wide out for Pinetree. Offset I formation in the backfield. Here's the snap. And they hand it off to the last man 3. He goes over to 30 to the 32 on the carry. Is their main man, tailback, Darrell Bush, tackled by a couple of Lions after a short gain.
Yeah, Caleb Hall said, I got your number, bud, and Caleb was there, and so is number 5, Brian Brown. Good job, good defense.
Defense for the Lions has changed throughout the year, but very consistent. Caleb Hall, Shane Ballinger on that defensive line. As it's now 2nd and 7 after that 3-yard gain by Darrell Bush.
Okay, we got a problem. The play clock down this end not working.
The one on the far side, or far one is. Here's the handoff to Bush, a flip out. He goes around the far side, a good burst up to the 39. A gain of 6, and that's going to be 3rd and short for the Pirates.
We're in the nose guard set, Bobby.
Yeah, we are. I noticed that Shane is playing the nose over the center. He's the nose tackle. And he started shining right there about 2 weeks ago. That time it was a quick option is all it was. They just ran out. The quarterback just, after a very short option, ran out there and just stopped and pitched the ball.
Good play, too.
Yeah,
they got a 3rd
play.
short right here.
They send a wide out to the far side. I formation, that receiver in motion to the near side. Now there's movement, and it looks like the Lions may have been drawn off.
Yeah.
As the left tackle, or left guard, excuse me, jumped early. That was number 75, it looked like. And
why are they blowing the whistle so much?
I don't know.
Was that number 75?
Yes.
He is not listed, let's see. That was for Pinetree. They don't have a number 75, so that's probably one of their junior varsity players.
Charlie, we're lining up in a five. We were in a true 5 front that time.
Yeah.
I'm going to guarantee you one thing. That center is going to have a headache for this game, though.
Pinetree to the line. They send out 3 wide receivers now, 2 far side, 1 near side. Their quarterback, Casey Robertson. Here's the snap. He's back to pass. Looking near side.
Oh, they got it, too.
They have a man wide open. He takes it at the 33, burst over the 40 to the 47-yard line. A nice pass play to Eddie Key, and that's a big gain on a first down.
Linebacker on this side's got to be there, and he didn't get there.
Well executed play.
Yes, it was. Caleb went in and was putting pressure on there, and right before it happened, Caleb realized what was going on, and he tried to put the brakes on and get back, and he just couldn't get there. Linebacker needed to see that one, though.
6 minutes left in the first quarter here. Pinetree gets their first down, and a good play there, so we've got to put a little quiet to that.
They send a wide out far side. Deldrick Taylor, he's in motion to the near side. I formation in the backfield. Here's the snap, handed off to Bush. Through the middle, over the left side, over to the 45 of the Lions. Nice gain of 7, and they're making some
They're making
big
some
yards.
progress right now. They're picking up some yards. They're blocking us right here, running in there. They're finding a few seams to hit, and they're doing a good job right now.
Ronnie Pruitt brings into play for the Pirates. Darrell Bush, their tailback, coming into this game with over 750 yards on the ground. He's in the I formation. Here's the snap. And Eddie Key, the fullback, gets the call this time to the 44-yard line. A short gain, and now I'll make it 3rd and short for the Pirates. Again,
I saw John Poole in there. I could identify John. I really couldn't tell who else was in there, but I did see number 82, John Poole.
John starting at linebacker tonight. Mac Thickpen was injured last week, ankle injury, so Poole has got the starting assignment tonight.
3rd and a long one. 2 wide outs far side, 1 near side. Handed to the first man through, stacked at the line, but he gets another push, and that looks like it's good for the first down. Their fullback getting the carry again as they'll unpile, and that's Eddie Key again with that carry.
Boy, Shane did a good job that time.
Another first down for Pinetree now. The clock stopped, and we'll start back here right now. 4:39 and running in the first quarter. Lions on top 7-0, but Pinetree mounting a little drive here, Charles.
Yes, they are, as both offensive trying to put it together initial drives. Offset I formation in the backfield, 3 wide outs for Pinetree. Robinson with the snap. There's a flag. He keeps it himself around the far side. Tackled by Shane Ballinger after a gain of 1. But a flag, and that looks like there's some movement on the line.
Yeah, number 45, Jeffrey Holman was there, and so was 82, John Poole.
So a keeper by the quarterback. The referees talking to Pinetree, so we'll see what the call is. As they come over, a motion, and that's against the Pirates. So the Lions with the opportunity to back them up a little bit. 4:18 here, first quarter. Lions leading 7-0 after a good opening drive to this game. All backed up at the 47 now of Henderson. That's going to make it 1st and 15.
We need to just shut it down right here is what we need to do.
As Robinson over on the sideline, he'll run out with the play. He runs out with Brent Gilbert, one of their receivers.
Charlie, is it too early to call for a fumble right here?
I thought they're going to throw the ball. Let's just intercept one.
Let's just intercept one.
I formation in the backfield with Key and Bush. 2 wideouts far side, 1 near side for the Pirates. Back to pass, looking near side. He lofts it up. Robinson at the 20, and it is incomplete at the 14. Went through the hands of Derek McGee, intended for Delrick Taylor. But he had like you said, Charlie, he could have caught that ball.
Yeah, we're in position to make interception there.
Position.
Both people had a chance to catch that ball, the receiver and defender. So it's 2nd and 15 now. Clock stopping at 3:47. And the Pirates not wasting any time, break out of their huddle. 3 wideouts again. Offset I in the backfield with Key and Bush. Here's the snap. Handed to Bush. Delayed handoff. He breaks a tackle and is down now at the 44. Broke a tackle by Shane Ballinger, but is finally corralled after a gain of 3.
Caleb Hall's there. Jeffrey Holman's there. Woo, good defense. We'll take that.
That's a good play there. They stopped that draw that time. Now, a while ago on 3rd and long, they had You know, the first time they threw the screen for first down and well executed, so we could look for it again because it's 3rd and 11. It's a good place for a screen.
Let's see if the Lions can stop them. As now there is 2 wideouts. There's a man really close to the near sideline. He's in motion towards the line of scrimmage. Here's the snap, and there's a reverse in the backfield. Handed off to Delrick Taylor. They have the wall set up. He's at the 35-30, 25-20, 10, 5, touchdown. A reverse. Delrick Taylor takes it 44 yards, and there was nobody covering the play for the Lions here on the near side of the field. He had a wall of tacklers and took it all the way in for the score.
We had one person over here, and he did not make the play, so.
Good play on their part. Our defense.
Well executed.
You know, we're very quick, very aggressive. We pursue, and I mean that was just. Of course, up here you could see it developing. You saw it start, but we just couldn't holler loud enough for them to hear it. You know, and they just had a good play and scored. So both teams scoring on their opening drive. Looks like Pinetree having trouble getting the right players on the field. Is their place kicker is number 17. And he's not number 12. Here's the snap, ball down. Kick is high, way high. He killed that ball, and it's through for the score. As the extra point by Tony Vineyard, their senior place kicker. That ties it up 7-7 with 2:54 left first quarter on Henderson Lions football.
At Boral Bricks, we understand people's taste. Whatever your need, whatever color, whatever style, we have just what you want. Because at Boral Bricks, we've known all along that it's more than just a brick. It's the home of your dreams. Just call 1-800-5-BORAL-5 to receive a free brochure and the location of the showroom nearest you. Boral Bricks, a solid decision to build your dreams on.
You know us at Citizens National Bank, and we know you want convenience. This is Jean Hodges, Teller Banking Officer at Citizens Bank. We have extended our drive-in hours at our main bank location. We will be open from 7:45 a.m. until 5:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and until 6 o'clock on Fridays. Don't forget about our new 2-lane commercial drive-in, designed especially for our customers with wide-bodied trucks. Citizens National Bank, always trying to give you the best service. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Both teams scoring on their opening drives, tied up 7-7. Pinetree kicks it off with 2:54 on the clock. Taken by Derek Page at the 8-yard line, up the middle of the field, 25-30, and he spins over to the 32. So good field position for the Lions. Pinetree scoring on a 44-yard reverse run by Delrick Taylor. And they have shown that they're ready to take the Lions all the way through this game.
That's probably their longest run of the year from scrimmage, too. That was a heck of a play.
Very good play.
Both teams scored on 3rd and long.
Marked at the 32. Neal and Page in the backfield. Stovall, the quarterback. Pat Brown, near side wingback. Pitch back to Page up the middle. He has room at the 40, down at the 42. The ball's down on the ground, but he was already down on the ground as Page had the ball squirt loose of him, but that's going to be close to a first down, depending on how it is.
Yeah, that was good blocking in. He found a crease there and hit it real quick. Good run, too.
He cut back nicely as well. So
Alfredo Gonzalez is in there in the offensive line. I believe he's playing the left tackle over there. Yep, or the quick side tackle is what we actually call him.
Alan Ayton into the game now as the wingback. He's near side. Here's the snap. Handed to Neal. He has some blocking. Over to 45 to the 50. And out of bounds at the 46 of Pinetree. And that's going to be another first down. As the running for the Lions inside, now outside, working well. And moving the chains.
Another good block in there because he had a good hole. And if you give our backs a little daylight, they can sure take it.
Yep.
Those last two plays, they had some daylight.
Let's remind who those linemen are. We've got Chad McRae at the center, Grant Vitito's a quick side guard, Alfredo Gonzalez is a quick side tackle. You got Javis Wright's a strong side guard, and you got Matt Appleton's a strong side tackle. Charles Simpson's a tight end, and that last play, Terrence Oliver was a tight end. So we got some blockers in there.
1st and 10 at the 45, 2:18 on the clock, first quarter. Stovall back to pass, moves up in the pocket, now under pressure, and he's going to be sacked. He's going to get back to the line of scrimmage as the pocket slowly collapsed on him, and that is good coverage by Pinetree.
They had some length at that time.
Excellent job by Pinetree.
Now we'll make it 2nd and 10 now. Is coming in with the play is Pat Brown.
Clock running, 1:52. Still running here as we wind down the first quarter. Very evenly played so far, 7-7. Good match going.
Lions to the line. Neal and Page in the backfield. Pat Brown near side wingback. Here's the snap, pitched out to Neal, far side. Page, the lead blocker. He has room to the 40. 35, knocked out of bounds at the 34, and that's a first down for the Lions. Another
well-executed play.
Well-executed.
Well execution.
Bo Page does that job that he did right there. The lead back as well as anybody in the world, and he always gets them on the ground.
You know, we've mentioned his size throughout the season. He's not a big guy, but he has a low center of gravity, and that helps on that.
He's
extremely strong.
And he's got a big heart.
Yep, his heart's about the size of that parrot right out there in the middle of the field.
1:31 on the clock, 1st and 10 at the 34, Pinetree. Here's the snap, pitched out. Fred Bowens with it now. Page lead blocking. Bowens around the corner to the 30, sliding out of bounds as he gets to the 30 for a gain of 4. And he ran that exact same play last time we were down.
Good job, Fred. Good job. Take that first and the second now. It's going to be second about 6. We'll take 4 yards on it every play.
Alan Aiden into the game along with one other player. Looked like Tim Fuller into the game.
I believe you're right.
And he'll join Derek Page in the backfield. 2nd and 6 at the 29. Here's the snap, pitch back to Fuller up the middle. He gets smacked at the 26. A big tackle there.
But a good hard running.
Yes.
Tim was running up that field. He was heading west.
Tackle by Jonathan Dyer. So that's 3rd down and say about 2 yards for the Lions. We'll take a look at the Dogwood Orthopedic Clinic scoreboard in a moment. We have a couple of early scores for you. As it's 3rd and 1. Clock running under a minute now, first quarter. An exciting and interesting one so far. Fuller and Page remain in the backfield. Pat Brown, right side as the wingback. Stovall drops back to pass, looking downfield, looking for Simpson. He wings it up near the goal line. There's a flag down as it goes incomplete, as covering on the play was Bo White for Simpson, but a flag down, it looks like, at the 6-yard line, and that could be defensive interference.
I thought that they was going to tackle Jonathan 4 years through at that time. That guy was breathing right in his face, but he still had the football. And
is that why you were hollering, throw it?
Yes.
Oh.
Defensive holding against Pinetree, so Bo White was holding Simpson on the play. And that will move the ball up for the Lions as they will mark it all the way down inside the 10. No, not inside the 10, to the 15, excuse me. And that will move the chains for the Lions. So a big play there. Looking quickly at the Dogwood Orthopedic Clinic scoreboard. So far early in the first quarter, no score between Longview and John Tyler, and no score between Gilmer and Kilgore. First quarter of play, 7-7 here.
That was 3rd and 1 on that pass in. We was trying to catch him off guard, and we got a big play out of it.
Well, 42 seconds left, first quarter. Lions ready. Pinetree stacking the line. There's movement on the line for the Lions, and they will move it back 5 yards.
Yeah, they faked the blitz, and I think somebody moved.
Just jumped, jerked, moved a little bit.
So that will move it back to the 20-yard line, make it 1st and 15.
42 seconds still left to go here in the first quarter. A lot of action here, and score tied 7-7. The Lions are threatening again.
Charlie, you want to just go ahead and call this touchdown, and let's go into the second quarter up 14-7?
I think we should.
Okay.
You guys looking into your crystal ball again. Lions to the line. Wing T formation. Here's Stovall rolling out near side to pass. Looking downfield for Simpson. He catches it at the 11-yard line. Knocked out of bounds by Bo White, complete, and that will be a pickup of 9 yards.
He took a good shot after he caught the ball there. That was really a good job of him catching the ball and holding on to it after he took a pretty good shot in the back.
He came all the way across the field.
Came in there and gave Jonathan the high five and said, good pass.
It was a good pass on the run there.
He took a shot in the back, though. That's a good job.
Gonna make it 2nd down and about 6 at the 11-yard line. 35 seconds on the clock. Here's the snap, pitched out to Neal, trying to sweep it around. Good pursuit by Pinetree. He's not going to get anywhere. It's back to the 11-yard
flag on the play.
Yes, a late hit.
They've been doing it all night. You know, they're just on the edge.
Pinetree hurting themselves right now. And that will help out the Lions.
They did a good job of stringing that out, though.
They really did.
They stretched it, and that's the only way you can really, unless you've got somebody just runs across there and throws him for a loss, you got to stretch that play out and actually use the sideline over there as your 12th player.
They have the time clock working again on the behind the far end zone.
Hear the Pinetree fans booing, but it's very evident that after Kenyatta went out of bounds, they hit him in the back.
So that's going to put it at the 6-yard line now for the Lions. With 29 seconds left here in the first quarter of play. Both teams on the scoreboard, both with big plays so far.
Charlie, looks like we may go into a heavy set here, what they call a heavy set. It's a power eye.
Charles Simpson at quarterback.
No, it's not a Simpson set.
Simpson, not Simpson.
Simpson as the quarterback. He keeps it. Goes around the near side. Stacked up quickly. The ball's stripped.
They stole the ball.
The ball is stripped by Pinetree. The officials calling it dead, though. Oh, and Pinetree not happy at all. The ball was stripped by number 5, Eddie Key, and the play was called dead by the officials, and that's a big break for the Lions, because if they don't call that play dead, Eddie Key scores.
We have a formation that's called a Simpson set, and it's like a power eye. I can't remember if they go end over with a Simpson set and a power eye, but when we go a tackle over, it's a heavy set.
What do you guys think about that call?
Well,
I couldn't tell whether the whistle had been blown or not. You know,
I don't think the whistle had been blown. I think the officials messed up that time because they definitely took it away from us. I mean, there's no doubt they took it away from us. Now, whether they'll get the ball or not, I don't know. But I don't know if the whistle
I think
is blown.
they are.
They're going to give the ball to them.
They are giving Pinetree the ball.
Then they should have let him run it down here to the end zone.
If they're going to give him the ball, yeah, he should have scored on the play.
That was a mess up by the officials that time.
And I don't know if this is the right way to correct that, though, because if he strips the ball from you,
there's no other way.
Probably what happened, there was a late whistle. It was probably an inadvertent whistle after they had taken the ball. And once they blow the whistle, then our kids stop. So therefore, he'll just swallow his whistle and give it to them right there. It's a blown call, but it beats giving the ball back to Henderson.
Yes, it does.
See what I mean?
So a big turnover as
I don't think we ever heard a whistle until he was about the 20-yard line here running towards the goal line.
Both teams gathered around the officials waiting for this call to be sorted out. And Pinetree with it, as they will take over at the 6-yard line. So the first turnover of the game, the ball stripped from Charles Simpson by Eddie Key of Pinetree. With 21 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Now you've got to explain to Coach Alexander, because that was a unusual type situation.
Unusual.
As now they're going to give him the ball at the 11-yard line, which makes the call a little bit stranger even, at the 12-yard line. So I don't understand that at all.
What?
But,
you know what, Charles? Do you know our fans can see this next week?
You're right. On I think it's TCA Cable.
TCA Cable Channel 10, and it's next Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
And they'll definitely want to check out this.
Definitely check this out.
Yes, they can. Make their own decision.
Make your own call.
As Pinetree will take over. Very strange scenario here. And a bad break for the Lions. As Alexander gets the explanation now from the officials. And we'll try to get this game back underway. Both teams waiting. This game has had some unusual delays so far.
It's Halloween night.
Yes, it is.
It is. Charlie, why don't you walk over to that next booth and ask those coaches over there what what they said it was.
Here's the snap. Pinetree 1st and 10 at their own 12. Back to pass is Robertson. Lofts it up down the far sideline, or near sideline, and it's overthrown at the 45. Derek McKee with good coverage over Delrick Taylor as Casey Robinson tried to hit Taylor on an out pattern. And now we'll make it 2nd and 10. 15 seconds left first quarter. As Pinetree with the ball for the second time tonight. They're bringing into play for them Ryan Fitzhugh. 3 wide receivers, 2 to the far side, 1 near side, offset I formation in the backfield. Robinson looking over the defense. Here's the snap. He keeps it. Now he'll get tackled at the 10 from behind. He looked like he was about to pitch it, but he gets tackled by Shane Ballinger.
That was excellent defense on the option there. We had the pitch man covered and had the quarterback covered. Either way he goes, it's wrong there.
He just didn't have a choice, did he?
That ends the first quarter of play. Henderson 7, Pinetree 7, and you're listening to Henderson Lions football.
During the fall home furnishing sale, Peterson's is featuring the Broyhill Fontana collection. This plaid sofa with floral pillows is just $6.99. Broyhill offers the styles that work in the living room, bedroom, and dining room. Peterson's can help you create the room of your dreams. Peterson's offers 0% financing and qualified buyers pay nothing down. Save now during the fall home furnishing sale at Peterson's Home Furnishings, where quality is the difference.
Expecting a special delivery? Then we're expecting you at the birthplace. Henderson Memorial Hospital's new state-of-the-art childbirth and maternity care center. The birthplace offers a warm atmosphere with large, beautifully decorated rooms, the expertise of special physicians, nurses, and staff, and the finest monitoring system available, all to provide high-quality care for moms and newborns. The birthplace at Henderson Memorial Hospital, a special place for your special delivery.
3rd and 10 for Pinetree as we start the second quarter of play, 7-7. And Pinetree has it at their own 12. Offset I formation, Robinson, the quarterback, under pressure, and he's nailed at the 1. Back to pass, and he gets sacked in the backfield. Coming in, Shane Ballinger. What a game Shane is having so far.
Well, I mean, that's a big play there. Now we really got them backed up inside the 5, so they're going to have to kick from a tight punt formation. They can't get their spread formation because we got them inside the 3, Charles. And any time that they have to, the punter can't get back over 12 yards, they normally kick from a tight punt. So we ought to get a good return on this.
That center is going to be dreaming about Shane tonight.
Ryan Brown and Charles Simpson back to receive the punt at the 40-yard line. Here's the snap, and the punt is away. It's very short and to the near side. Going to hit at the 32, takes a big Pinetree bounce, and is out at the 44. As punting for Pinetree was Ryan Bassetti, a senior for them. And he punts with just a sock on his right foot.
Got a good bounce in because we had a chance for return and didn't get nothing, I tell you. You get them backed up like that, you need to feel the punt, get something out of it, and we didn't get anything out of it.
They start at the 43 of Pinetree with 11:11 on the clock. In the backfield, Neal and Page, right side wing back. Here's the snap, pitch back to Neal. Over the right side, he fights his way through over to 35, down at the 34, a gain of 8 for Kenyatta.
Boy, he is running tough.
Good play.
Good blocking, good running. Pick up that big old 8 yards.
We're going to have to just take it and just run the football. And we want to mix up our pass, but we can't afford any bad play. We got to get some more points on the board.
2nd and 2 now as Neal and Page remain in the backfield. Right side wing back, Alan Ayton. Here's the pitch to Neal, and he kicks it outside, trying to get around the corner. At the 30, 25-20, dragged from behind and down at the 16-yard line. First down, Henderson, as making the tackle and possibly saving a touchdown was Daniel Bradley.
Good defensive play there by number 2. Was it number 2?
I think it was number 9.
Number 9, yeah, the junior.
But boy, it was a great offensive play by Kenyatta.
Yes, it was.
He was just going over the right tackle and then kicked it outside. Nice play.
That's what you can do when you've got speed.
Fuller in now for Neal.
1st and 10 at the 16, clock running at 10:20. Page with it in the backfield, up the middle, and he gets over to 10 to the 6-yard line. Big hole for Page.
Get out of the way and block somebody now if you're downfield. Now we got a flag.
That looks like it's against the Lions.
We don't need that.
I'm not sure who that's against, but it is unsportsmanlike. And that's a big mistake there after getting the ball to the 6-yard line.
My goodness.
Huge mistake. Got some scores here for you, Charles.
Well, let's take a look at the Dogwood Orthopedic Clinic scoreboard. Longview with the lead so far on John Tyler at Rose Stadium in the first quarter of play. Longview 7, John Tyler nothing. That game being played before over 14,000 people. The ball is marked back at the 22-yard line for the Lions. So that is a 16-yard difference after the run by Page. Marshall leading Nacogdoches 7-0 in the second quarter. So far, no score between Robert E. Lee and Lufkin in the first quarter play. But Longview, number 1 in the state, leading number 6 John Tyler 7-0 so far. And we'll bring you some scores from District 16 as Carthage 14, Hallsville 3 in the first quarter. Kilgore 7, Gilmer nothing in the first quarter as well. 2nd and 16 at the 23 for the Lions. Now the officials blow the whistle, and Dennis Alexander trying to get a little bit more explanation on what happened down on that flag. He is not a happy man right now. Other scores: Mount Pleasant and Sulphur Springs, no score in the first quarter, and North Lamar and Texas High scoreless in the first quarter of play as well. As it's 2nd and 16 is what is marked. Alexander, hands on his hips.
He just wants an explanation. He wants to know what happened. He wants to know why they called the penalty. There's no problem with that. They just haven't explained it to him yet. And he wants it explained. And I don't blame him.
10:08 here in the second quarter as the Lions now break the huddle. Tim Fuller stays in the backfield along with Derek Page, and this officiating crew is just not in a rhythm right now. They're having a rough game.
That is a good way to describe them. Not in a rhythm. Now, I hadn't thought of calling it that. I thought of other things I could call it, but not in a rhythm. That's a good way.
Well, we're on a family channel.
I like that. I like the way you called it.
Now we're ready. Finally, Stovall under center. Here's the snap. Hands off to Fuller, and he's nailed in the backfield. Nice tackle. That time by number 2, Wantrail Howard. And I think I'm pronouncing that name right. I hope I am. He's their weak side linebacker. That's going to make it 3rd and 16. As Fuller will go out, along with Kenneth Williams. Coming in is Neal, and it looked like Allen Ayton. 9:34 running as Pat Brown out to the far side. Simpson near side as wideouts. Neal and Page in the backfield. Here's the snap. Delayed handoff to Page up the middle. Breaks one tackle and is down finally at the 17.
Field goal.
6-yard gain, and on comes Clayton Kirsch. I like Clayton. I've enjoyed watching him all year long.
Has done a good job all year.
One thing we want to look for right here, it happened last week, and it also happened with the first touchdown. We did not get a good snap on the extra point. We got a bad snap last week on the last extra point, so he needs to get a good snap here for Pat to put it down for Clayton, because it makes all the difference in the world if that time has got to be just right. Let's check the snap here.
34-yard field goal. Here is the snap. And it's a good one. Ball down. Kick is high. And it is good. Weasley. That would have been good from 50. A great kick by Clayton Kirsch. Puts the Lions on top 10-7 with 8:43 left first half on Henderson Lions football.
We're behind you all the way, Lions, from the classroom to the football field. Best of luck from the law firm of Welburn, Houston, Atkinson, Mann, Sadler, and Hill.
East Tex Telephone Cooperative Incorporated serves our member customers with the most up-to-date technical equipment available. Also offered are enhanced services such as automatic recall that lets you dial your last caller even if you didn't answer. Automatic callback gets through to busy numbers as soon as they're free. Anonymous call rejection allows you to refuse calls from those who have blocked their numbers from your caller ID. Ask about these and other enhanced services at East Tech Telephone Cooperative Incorporated.
And back here in Pinetree, Lions now on top, 10-7 after a 34-yard field goal by Clayton Kirsch.
It all started with a good snap, Charles. I was talking about that, and Doug Gibbons gave him a great snap and a good hold by Pat Brown, and that was no doubt about that one. Everything was on time.
He really put some oomph into that one, and he's ready to kick it off to Pinetree with 8:43 left here in the first half. Here's the kick. It's to the near side, taken at the 14. Up into the middle to the 29, now breaking outside to the 34. The return by J.T. McClain.
Excellent return there.
Yes, it was. Number 5, Brian Brown. Number 12, Charles Simpson on the tackle.
Pinetree has been able to move the ball so far fairly well against the Lions, both times they've had it. They take it over, 1st and 10.
Who's the cornerback over there? Is that Leadon replacing McGee this time?
Yes, it is. Here's the snap, and it's handed to Bush up the left side of the line, and he falls over to 35 to the 37 for a gain of 3.
Well, I saw 38 Caleb Hall, and I also see number 82 John Poole getting up out of the pile.
Now make it 2nd and 7 at the 37. Pinetree really rotates a lot of players in there offensively. They send 3 wide receivers, 1 far side, that is Brent Gilbert, 2 near side. Offset I formation in the backfield. Robinson with the snap, hands it off to Bush. He has a little bit of room, spurts to the 40, breaks the tackle, and gets 7 more yards to the 47. As that's just poor tackling there. And that's a first down.
And extra effort.
We had him wrapped up. 4 people had their hands on him. He still made 7 yards. That's good running, but like I say, it wasn't real good tackling either, Charles.
1st and 10 at the 48.
Good effort on that back part, though.
Rajard Robertson with the play call for Pinetree. Clock running at 7:40.
Pinetree thinks they can score against us. They move in the football.
There seem to be a very confident bunch. They're as much in the playoff hunt as any team. Man in motion, Roberts to the near side. 1 back in the backfield. And it's another reverse. No, a fake reverse. And not even getting fooled is Poole. He sacks Robertson back at the 38-yard line. That time they didn't bite.
No, that time it was going to be the fake reverse, the same play that they scored on a while ago. But that time he faked it and pulled up. It was going to throw downfield. But as you said.
Charlie, before you can fake a play like that, the defense has got to be able to read the play they're faking, and we didn't read it. And John got in there and made a good play.
Big play, big defensive play.
We didn't take the fake at all because we didn't read the reverse, I don't think.
Clock running 6:47 and moving toward the half.
2nd and 20 at the 38. 3 wide receivers again for Pinetree, 2 on the far side. I formation, back to pass Robertson, to screen the key, and right there to drag him down at the 39, as that was Brett Mitchell and also Scott Goodwin.
Scott Goodwin, 33.
And they tried to go to that screen to Eddie Key again. That was a big play earlier in the game for Pinetree on a big 3rd down play. They ran that play a couple of times now.
Big 3rd down coming up right here.
3rd and 18 now at the 39-yard line. And with the play for Pinetree, Dusty Smith, number 83, he comes near side as a wideout. Far side wideouts, 2 of them. Man in motion, Key to the far side now. Back to pass Robertson. Quick hitch out to Taylor at the 35. He takes it to the 40. Now breaks it back across the field, and he gets nailed at the 40-yard line down at the 39, so he doesn't gain anything. Was that Shane Ballinger again?
That was Shane Ballinger, but Scott Goodwin had him zeroed in. And you've got to be pretty fast to outrun Scott had him, but Shane happened to catch him first.
Now that's 4th and 16, and Pinetree will have to punt it away.
Excellent defensive play there. Our best defensive stand of the night right there.
Charles Simpson and Brian Brown at the 24-yard line. Punting is, of course, Ryan Bassetti. He has no pressure.
Good
High
kick.
punt. Nice punt. They're going to fair catch this ball at the 25, and that may be one of the best punts I've seen all year. That was high and gave Charles Simpson no chance.
And I'm going to tell you something else. That was a heady play by Brian Brown by fair catching the ball and not letting it hit and roll. And then maybe downing it on the 5 or the 4 or something like that.
Simpson fair caught it.
Well, I thought was it Charles? I thought it was Brian that came up and did it. I'm sorry, Charles.
So that's 1st and 10 for the Lions. They have it at just inside their own 25-yard line. Pat Brown comes near side as a wideout. Charles Simpson wide. Here's the snap, pitch back to Neal. He cuts it up the middle and maybe gets a yard. That'll make it 2nd and 9.
5 minutes and 10 seconds left here in the first half of play. Lions leading 10-7. We're a long ways away, but we've got plenty of time and a couple of timeouts, so we can mount a little drive here. We can get something on the board again.
So they do not give him any gain on that. He maybe got a couple of feet. I thought he may have squeaked out a yard. Neal and Page remain in the backfield. Right side wing back is Pat Brown. Here's the snap. Neal with it again up the middle. Has some room to the 30. Down to the 35. And finally tackled at the 38-yard line. A big 13-yard gain and a first down.
You know, Bobby, on our pitch sweep, you know, inside sweep, the holes opened up different places, and the backs are picking up real well. You know, a while ago he bounced outside. That time he cut back in the middle.
He had to cut it back in the middle.
So they over-pursued that time, and our backs doing a great job. Our lineman's getting to the secondary, and our backs are looking for daylight real good.
Ball at the 39. 4:26 and running here in the first half. Lions up 10-7. Neal and Page in the backfield. Here's Stovall back to pass. Straight drop. Now under pressure. Lofts it out to Page, and it's just out of his reach at the 44 on a little in and out. He was going towards the sideline, and just out of his reach for 2nd and 10 now.
Well, that was obviously we needed to throw a pass play that time, see if we couldn't get something big to happen, get us down the field. We got 4 minutes and 14 seconds left, and that'll be 2nd and 10. And we've been moving the ball quite well, and we've still got time.
Still at the 39, Page, Simpson, and Pat Brown. I'll make that Simpson and Pat Brown. Far side wide receivers, Kenneth Williams near side. Stovall, straight drop. Deep drop, has time, puts it up the middle, and it's tipped. Ooh. Almost caught by Kenneth Williams at the 44.
It sure was.
After it was knocked off the hand of Pat Brown at the 50.
Well, he's looking for Simpson over there and about ready to throw it to Simpson, and Simpson slipped down. And so he looked for an alternate receiver and drilled the ball in there. It was tipped, and as you see it, looked like Pinetree was going to intercept it, and all of a sudden Kenneth Williams nearly made the reception. So no damage done there before 6 and the clock stopped.
And it's 3rd and 10. So the Lions trying to look for another big play on 3rd down. As they send one man near side, that's Kenneth Williams again. Simpson and Pat Brown far side. Terrence Oliver in the backfield with Neal. They're back to block. Good production. Here's his throw, and it is completed at the 50 to Pat Brown. Nice catch, and that is a first down. What a play. Just passed where he needed to get the first down.
That was a heck of a throw and an extra catch there.
Good catch.
Stovall really stuck to his guns and stayed in the pocket that time.
Good throw and an even better catch. As Pat just laid out there on that ball, and not many people would have caught that ball, but Pat really got down there and made a great play. Timeout, I believe, on the field.
As we'll take a timeout as well. 10-7 Lions on Henderson Lions football.
Turning points, those times in our lives that make a dramatic impact. Marriage, divorce, a child's birth, a death. These are just a few of life's turning points. But life's ultimate turning point is where we will spend eternity. I'm Jerry Wilson, pastor of Henderson's First Baptist Church, and I want to invite you to join us Sundays at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. as we discover biblical answers and support for life's turning points.
For your convenience, we offer drive-up banking. As time goes by, it seems that we all just get busier. The drive-up saves time. It's also great when you've got a car full of kids, a dog, and 10 sacks of groceries. Use the drive-up. Looking forward to your future. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Looking forward to your future.
And Pinetree. A 1st and 10 for the Lions at the 50-yard line. 3:52 left here in the first half as the Lions try to mount a late drive and add to their score going into halftime. I'm Charles Witt alongside Charlie Franklin and Bobby Briscoe. Thanks for joining us as the Lions break from the huddle. Alan Aiden and Charles Simpson split out to the far side. Kenneth Williams near side. Lions going right to left on your dial. Stovall back to pass, straight drop with time again. Heaves it over the far sideline, way out of bounds. Simpson, the intended receiver at the 29, but Stovall got a little Popeye in him there and really winged it.
Allen had hooked up out there, and there wasn't anybody close to Allen.
As they'll make it 2nd and 10.
That was in the 4th row of the track. I mean, the 4th lane over there for the track.
He was throwing it away.
He underthrew a couple earlier today, but that one made up for it. So it's 2nd and 10.
He just didn't want to get sacked, and he threw it away. That's all right.
Clock stops at 3:46. 3 wideouts again for the Lions. Stovall drops back under heavy pressure. A screen, but it's tipped. Neal almost had that screen set up perfectly, but is tipped by nose guard Mark Peters. Otherwise, that may have been a big
May have been a foot race.
Yeah. Peters barely getting a hand on that. It was intended for Kenyatta Neal. And now make it 3rd and 10. As the Lions most likely come out and pass again.
It's going to take a big play to get old Clayton field goal range here. The ball right on.
Let's just score a touchdown, and we won't have to worry about it.
Right on the midfield stripe. Squarely on the 50-yard line.
Down here and score.
Same formation as the previous one. Here's Stovall back to pass. Good blocking. He has time. Puts it up. And it's way overthrown at the 20. I think he was looking for Charles Simpson at the 30-yard line, but
Charles got held up.
Yeah,
Charles run a crossing pattern, and they hit it and he stopped.
So that will be 4th and 10, and Shannon Cox will
punt for the first time.
Yep. He's been kind of a lonely man lately. He hasn't had too many punts lately.
That's good.
That's good.
Back to receive for Pinetree is Rajard Roberts. He's at his own 14-yard line, now backing up to the 13. Here's the snap, and it's dropped by Shannon Cox. He's running with it now, and he's going to be tackled at the 45-yard line by Eddie Key. And I don't know why Shannon ran with that. He had plenty of time to continue
plenty of time
to
to pick it up, kick it.
As that could turn into a costly play.
Goodness.
Big situation there.
Excellent snap.
Just slipped out of the hand of Shannon Cox. He had time to punt it, but decided to run with it instead, and it's 1st and 10 now for Pinetree at the Lions 45.
They've got plenty of time. They got 3 minutes and 29 seconds.
They send out 3 receivers. Pretty standard set for them. I formation in the backfield, and it's handed to Bush. He's over to the 40, down at the 38. As a nice run by him.
They're fired up.
They have a chance to either tie this game or take the lead going into halftime. Clock running at 3:14.
Boy, their receivers are getting downfield that time and blocking and running hard. They think they're going to take this thing in and score.
They're really spreading out the Lions defense. I formation again, 3 wide receivers, 2 far side. Bush with the carry again, up the middle. Another hole, tackled by Scott Goodwin at the 34, and that's going to be a 1st down.
Right now, they got us on our heels, I guarantee you. Our defense is on our heels.
That's a 6-yard gain by Bush. Brent Gilbert brings in the play for the Pirates.
Run, clock, run. 250 and running.
They send out the same set, 2 far side receivers, 1 near side. Bush with the carry, left side. This time stacked up after a short gain of maybe 1 by that right defensive side. Shane Ballinger, John Poole, Caleb Hall, all familiar names.
Oh, Shane will stack it up on. He's a pretty good sophomore.
It's going to be very enjoyable to watch him over the next
2 years. Yeah.
That makes it 2nd and 10. No gain for Pinetree at the 33. Clock running at 2:17. Quick drop. The ball's tipped in the air, and it's intercepted. Jeffrey Holman. The ball was tipped on the left side of the line, tipped high in the air and grabbed by by Jeffrey Holman, interception by Henderson. I did not see.
I think number 22 was blitzing that time, and I think he tipped it.
So a big change of events again. And the Lions defense comes up big with 2:12 left here. And the Lions with plenty of time now to turn it back around.
I think that was Justin.
When we say a tip, we mean a tip. That ball went 10 or 15 feet in the air.
It was almost a spike, wasn't it?
It sure was.
Yes, it was. They'll send out 2 wide receivers. Simpson near side. Looks like Pat Brown on the far side. Neal and Page in the backfield. Short drop by Stovall. Puts it up for Brown, overthrown by about 5 to 7 yards. Brown was double covered, though. And now make it 2nd and 10. As Brown was about the 45 of Pinetree, and the ball landed at the 38. So 2nd and 10 at the 33. Clock stopping at 2:07. 10-7, Lions in front. They're to the line. As they stack the line, here's the snap, pitched out to Neal. Page lead blocker. Neal gets tripped up on that play at the 30 as Page blocked one of the quarterbacks. That was Bradley.
Boy, he came shooting across there.
Neal ran right into him.
That's the first time they stopped our scat, our wide play. They stopped it that time for a loss.
2-yard loss at the 31. Clock continues to tick away at 1:40. As into the game, Alan Ayton. Of course, we'll bring you the Henderson Lions band at halftime. Ayton comes near side. Simpson splits out far side. Neal in the backfield along now with Travis Adams. Here's the snap and a drop back by Stovall. He's sacked. The ball's dropped. Recovered by Pinetree. Now there's a scramble and will uncover the pile, but the sack by Eddie Key and then the fumble by Stovall off the hit. And they still haven't signaled who has the ball. Yes, Pinetree with the ball. And that will give them the ball at the 12-yard line. As we'll bring you some scores here in a moment on the...
Well, that's just good defense on their part. That's all you can call that.
So...
I guarantee you, Pinetree has been...
They showed up tonight.
The last few plays, they have been taking it to us, and that time they made the play that might put them ahead at halftime. If they are in excellent position on the 12-yard line to go in there and either tie this ball game up with a field goal or take the lead right before halftime.
1:13 on the clock. 3 wide receivers, 2 near side now. Offset eye in the backfield. Bush to deep man. Here's a snap. Robertson keeps it, slips down, and he gets maybe a yard before Jeffrey Holman fell on him. And they'll make it 2nd and 9. Clock continues to tick away. 1 minute now, and now there's a timeout on the field, and gives us a chance to look at the Dogwood Orthopedic Clinic scoreboard as we take a look first at Class 4A, as Carthage now leading Hallsville 16-3 in the 2nd quarter. Kilgore shutting out Gilmer 10-0. All these scores in the 2nd quarter. No score between Mount Pleasant and Sulphur Springs. Texas High 7, North Lamar nothing, and other scores to bring you. We have Dangerfield 16, Linden Keldeer is 7, or 0, 16-0 in that game, and Paris 13, Liberty Ilo 7.
Look, lean over here and look at this, Charlie. Look at
Paris
this. Look at this fax right here.
Is leading that game.
That must be Paris, France.
Hey, did you call the 5A scores?
Yeah, I'm about to get there. Is big games in 5A as it's now tied up. Longview 7, John Tyler 7. That's in the 2nd quarter between the number 1 and 6 teams in Class 5A. Marshall 7-0 over Nacogdoches. Lufkin 7 and Robert E. Lee 6. That game in Tyler played before 14,000 people tonight. 2nd and 9 at the 12-yard line. Back to pass. Robertson looks far side, lifts it on a screen. Caught. Taylor with the catch. 12-yard touchdown pass on a little.
He just ran a little out, just a little fade is what it was, running towards the pylon in the back of the end zone and just ran up the field and just stopped, and the ball was there.
As Taylor scores his second touchdown of the game. That puts Pinetree up 13-10. And they'll attempt the extra point. As attempting the extra point, Tody Vineyard. The hold by Ryan Bassetti. The ball's down, kick is up, and it's through. Pinetree 14, Henderson 10 on Henderson Lions football.
Smith Chevrolet Olds Cadillac features the new 1998 Chevy Cavalier, a best-selling passenger car, now with improved acceleration, electric trip odometer, remote keyless entry, and power door locks. Lumina, Chevrolet's midsize sedan, has improved ride and handling and more standard safety features than any six-passenger car in its class. The Motor Trend Car of the Year, the Chevy Malibu, now has optional leather seating and six-way power driver's seat. For details, come by Smith Chevrolet Olds Cadillac, Highway 79 in East Main on the saving side of the street in Henderson.
Henderson Tire has the largest selection of Cooper tires at the guaranteed lowest prices in Rusk County. They also provide full mechanic services. If you want the best price in Rusk County, whether it's brake service, wheel alignment, or replacement of shocks, Henderson Tire is the place to be. They offer 90 days, same as cash, with the lowest prices ever. They'll beat any advertised price in Rusk County. At Henderson Tire, there's no appointment necessary. Come by any time for great service. Henderson Tire, 205 South Marshall in the old Montgomery Wards building.
Back at Pinetree, the Pirates leading the Lions now 14-10 after a fumble recovery by Pinetree deep in Lions territory. A couple plays later, they converted into a 12-yard touchdown pass. And with 55 seconds left here in the first half, they're up by 4, ready to kick it off. Here is the kickoff, low on the ground, and it is hits off and is finally taken by the Lions at the 30. That hit off the chest of Kanan Wilhite at the 25-yard line, and he recovered the ball at the 31. And that stops the clock at 52 seconds. As the Lions, in a pretty topsy-turvy first half of play here, Pinetree giving them all they can handle.
They really have.
Well, we've moved the ball pretty well at time, but we sure ain't got much to show for it out of 10 points. It's not much production, as many yards as we've had.
Two wideouts for the Lions, Pat Brown and Charles Simpson. Brown far side. Here's the snap. Delayed handoff to Neal. He has a little bit of hole. Bursts over to 35, down at the 38. A gain of 7. I'll make it 2nd and 3, but the clock running at 46 seconds. As it continues to run here, and looks like the Lions will be content to run out the clock and go in halftime.
Kind of regroup at halftime, you know. Nothing good's happened in the last 6 minutes.
They're at the line again. Two wideouts. Stovall back to pass. Looks near side to Simpson. And it's at the 40, bouncing around between 3 players. Simpson had double coverage on the play, and it was well covered by Kevin Daniel.
Good defense. Good defense. Well thrown ball then.
Yeah,
It's good defense.
They played that one. If he would have gone for the ball with authority, he'd have had that one. He kind of went out there and jumped up and didn't really go for the ball. Good defensive play.
Bo White on the double coverage as well. So that's 3rd and 3, stopping the clock at 21 seconds. Lions, like they'll kneel down now. Now there's a pitch back. Neal with it, and he bursts outside. At the 45-50, 45-40. He has one man to beat. He's out of bounds at the 24. That stops the clock at 12 seconds. What a huge game. That is a total of 39 yards on the carry, and that puts it into field goal territory at least now. That's down at the 23-yard line, and what a turn of events there.
You know, Charles, we can either kneel down or kneel up. We'll take the kneel up anytime.
No doubt.
That was the kneel up right there.
Yeah, what we're going to probably do, though, we've got to get a timeout if we complete a pass or run a running play, because the clock is against us.
Well, there's a timeout right now against Pinetree.
So a timeout with 12 seconds left here in the first half. Score 14-10, and you're listening to Henderson Lions football.
You probably think that a brick is a brick is a brick. We think Boral bricks are better. The plain ones, the fancy ones, and about any color you can imagine. But why do we make so many different kinds of brick? Because we know that a house is not a house, is not a house. Call 1-800-5-BORAL-5 to receive a free brochure and the location of the showroom nearest you. Boral Bricks, a solid decision to build your dreams on.
Citizens National Bank wants to be the most convenient bank in Henderson. I'm Milton McGee, president of Citizens National Bank. That is why our main bank lobby is open to 6 p.m. on Friday, Southside branch lobby to 6 p.m. on Monday, and our Southside drive-in is open on Saturday mornings from 9 a.m. to noon. Remember, we always open our drive-ins at 7:45 a.m. each morning and close at 5:30 or 6 p.m. depending upon the day. Give us a try. Citizens National Bank is a member of FDIC.
Lions first and 10 at the 23 of Pinetree after a 39-yard run by Kenyatta Neal. 12 seconds left, first half. 3 wide receivers. Stovall back to pass. Trying for one last play. Heaves it up, and it's short, intended for Pat Brown at the 4-yard line. Skipped at about the 5. That stops the clock at 7 seconds. And it looks like the Lions are considering running one more offensive play. With 7 seconds, I think that may be going to be very, very close.
It's going to cut it very, very close, I tell you.
As Jonathan Stovall coming on, and they will try one more play, 2nd and 10 at the 23. Now, 7 seconds left as the Lions come to the line. Simpson and Pat Brown near side, Kenneth Williams far side. 2 in the backfield to block. Stovall back to pass, and he pumps fake once. Now he's hit, and it's at 1 second. No time left. The sack by Eddie Key, and that runs out the clock. As the Lions have that in the first half of play. They're down 14-10 at halftime here in Pinetree. And we'll have, of course, the Henderson Lions band and much more in a moment on Henderson Lions football.
During the fall home furnishing sale, Peterson's is featuring the Broyhill Fontana collection. This plaid sofa with floral pillows is just $6.99. Broyhill offers the styles that work in the living room, bedroom, and dining room. Peterson's can help you create the room of your dreams. Peterson's offers 0% financing, and qualified buyers pay nothing down. Save now during the fall home furnishing sale at Peterson's Home Furnishings, where quality is the difference.
Expecting a special delivery? Then we're expecting you at the birthplace. Henderson Memorial Hospital's new state-of-the-art childbirth and maternity care center. The birthplace offers a warm atmosphere with large, beautifully decorated rooms, the expertise of special physicians, nurses, and staff, and the finest monitoring system available, all to provide high-quality care for moms and newborns. The birthplace at Henderson Memorial Hospital, a special place for your special delivery.
And back here at Pinetree, Henderson Lions band ready to perform. Score at halftime, 14-10 Pinetree in front. It's senior day for them, and they're trying to finish out their home schedule with a victory. The Lions in at halftime trying to figure out a way to stop that. The Henderson Lions band ready to perform, of course, under the direction of band director Ronnie Ferguson and assistant band directors Tony Hale. We have, of course, the drill team out there as well, sponsored by Dee Adams. Flag team is assistant band directors Tony Hale, Andrew Furr, Jimmy Yancey, Lynn Cooper, and Tommy Moore. They have done a great job all year long, and they're about to give this Pinetree crowd the treat of the year as far as bands go, as they are set to lead it off here. Interesting first half of play, and Bobby, this team, Pinetree, like they did against Gilmer in the first district game, showing that they can play almost with anybody.
Well, and they want to play, and they want to win this thing. They want to stay in, they want to stay in the hunt for a place in the playoffs, and they're showing it. They have given us what we can handle to this point. They're up on us, 14-10. We've got to come back out. What we really haven't done is we haven't just taken control of things, and we haven't done that. We've had some bad breaks, but that's all right. They have too. And we've just got to get control of the game is what it boils down to.
As the drill team on there, well, that looks like guitar, cutouts for the drill team tonight. As Henderson High School men about ready to perform here. Team, flag corps, some sight.
The Lionettes are doing a novelty guitar routine at the rear of the field. The Lionettes at the leads are Amber Lenny and Wendy Raycroft. Enjoy the performance. The Henderson Independent School District is proud to present the award-winning Henderson High School Band, led onto the field by drum majors Nicky Park and Casey Dudley. Our presentation begins tonight with a festival prelude fanfare by Reed. of the Old Brigade by W.P. Sandberg. The drill continues with the march northwest by W.P. Sandberg. The band now executes a spread formation to the march. Honey Boys on Parade by E.G. Shapiro. The band now concludes its performance tonight with the Imperial March from the four-letter city, The Empire Strikes Back.
And a great job again by the Henderson Lions. Man, every time I hear that song, the Imperial theme from Star Wars, sends me back watching Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker in the gang, and man, it sounds great at a football game. Once again, a great job by all the kids under the direction of band director Ronnie Ferguson. We'll be back, take a look at the Dogwood Orthopedic Clinic scoreboard and much more as the score at halftime. Pinetree 14, the Lions 10 on Henderson Lions football.
We're behind you all the way, Lions, from the classroom to the football field. Best of luck from the law firm of Welburn, Houston, Atkinson, Mann, Sadler, and Hill.
And back at Pinetree High School, it's 14-10 at halftime. Yes, we're still at halftime. As right now they're having a kicking contest for $1,000. One gentleman just kicked it wide left. Here's another. They're kicking from the and he just doesn't do too good as he kicks the top of the ball and it goes about a yard.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't even kick the top of the ball.
No, he didn't.
Just kind of slid across the top of it.
Well, you need to give that guy a bag with some eye holes in it, and he can go back to the stands after that effort. Here's another kick. That one's not good at all, as that kind of squirms along the ground. The first guy did the best. He actually had the distance, but it went wide left, and they are not going home with $1,000, that's for sure. I'm sure somebody would probably pay $1,000 to get this game back underway. It's 14-10 at halftime. And
Chipper wants to know if we can go out and take up a collection and get this thing started. I mean,
this
my
is,
word.
This
is
is
9:25.
We're all gonna. What time do you have to get up?
It was 15 to 9. It was 15 to 9 whenever the halftime ended. It started a while ago. The first half was over at 8:45.
That is amazing. As the Pinetree Pirates will get the ball first, we know that much. They are meeting at midfield to make sure everybody else knows that, as Pinetree will receive. And the Lions will try to start off defensively on a strong note, as we will get underway here in just a second, as Lions coming in 6-2 on the season. They want to even their district record, and they're going to have to pull out a come-from-behind victory to do that.
Have we done that this year?
I don't think so. Well, we've been behind against Atlanta in one.
Yeah, okay.
But other than that, I don't think we have.
Not at halftime.
That wasn't at halftime. That was in the third quarter, wasn't it?
Well, it's time to just set that trend.
There we go. As now both teams are finally out on the field.
The only other time was behind half.
Are they going to let this guy kick for $1,000?
Clayton will make it. They should let Clayton try it. Of course, that may end his eligibility, but of course, Clayton is already he's a junior, so we want him back next year, so he better not kick.
Yeah, it's important these Lions come out and play some football because, as we mentioned earlier, we trail 14-10 here, so we got our work cut out for us. Pinetree's playing inspired football.
And Clayton Kirsch ready to kick it off from the 40-yard line. 3 men back for the Pirates to receive. The Pirates will be going left to right. Here's the kick. It's a high one to the far side of the field. It's taken there by Rajard Roberts. He goes up the middle of the field to the 25, and he's tackled at the 26, and that's where the Pirates will take over.
Several Lions in on the tackle, and I really don't know who all was in on the tackle. I saw some numbers getting up out of the pile. Number 9, Marcus Browning. Number 79, Clayton Kirsch was downfield. And we've had good coverage all year. Our special teams have kept us in some ball games, and again, we had a good coverage that time.
As Pinetree comes to the line, 1st and 10 at their 26, just underway, second half. Here's the snap handed to Darrell Bush. He sweeps out near side, going nowhere. Scott Goodwin misses a tackle, and he breaks back across the field. And he's over to 25 to the 30. That's where he's brought down by Justin Jackson and Brian Brown. There's a flag on the play, a late flag, as Darrell Bush just simply turned the playing field. It was a late flag, and perhaps you really can't guess because it's a difficult play to guess on. Is it a face mask? And that will go against the Lions. So
that's kind of the way things have gone for us tonight. We had him nailed over here for a loss, and he cuts back, runs around 47 yards, and ends up with about a 3-yard gain, and then we get a face mask on.
As that will move the ball to the 35-yard line. And that will be a first down. Or 2nd and 5.
Scott Goodwin had him.
Not 2nd and 5.
In the backfield.
Yeah, that's 2nd and 1. I try to get my bearings here. It's at the 35. Here's the snap. Ferdinand through, gets the ball. He's over to 40, to the 43. A big carry there. Nice carry that time, as that was Mark Peters.
They are just ripping it right now.
Mark Peters with his first carry of the night. Gets it up about 6 yards to the 43-yard line, 1st and 10. Pinetree keeps on with their rotation of players in and out on the game when they're on the offensive side of the ball. They send Delrick Taylor near side as a wideout. 2 men in the backfield. Handed to Bush. He's over to the near side. He dives over to 45 to the 48, a 4-yard pickup.
Running it right over the right side, their right side, and they're just taking the ball and moving it down the field.
Not a bad first down play there, I tell you. We're going to have to tighten up.
2 more new players in for Pinetree. That includes Brent Gilbert and Ryan Fitzu.
They'd love to keep the football away from us, and making 3, 4, 5 yards of whack, they could do it.
Taylor and Fitzu out to the far side. Gilbert near side. Here's the snap. As Peters gets it up the middle, breaks the tackle. 40, 35, down at the 33 of Henderson, as that's a 15-yard drop by Peters, the fullback. First down again for Pinetree.
Boy, they ran that one just right up the middle. We had a shot at him back here with just about a 2 or 3 yard gain, and couldn't make the tackle, and he just kept on running.
Peters, a 210-pound fullback, a sophomore. As Pinetree breaks the huddle at the 34 of the Lions. 2 wideouts near side, 1 far side. Quarterback Robinson keeps it down, a fumble. Bush falls on it. He bobbled and fumbled the pitch by Robertson and fell on it at the 37. 3-yard loss. That'll make it 2nd and 13.
Good defense there.
We needed that play.
We were in good position, but we can't give them that big play here now. We've got to stop them. They're in 4 down zone, about the 37-yard line early here in the 3rd quarter. So this is a big defensive play here for the Lions.
Clock at 9:36 and running. 1 wide out near side, 2 men in the backfield, Peters and Bush. Here's the snap. Bush with it left side. He breaks through a hole up to the 30-yard line. They'll mark him at the 31, a 6-yard gain, and that will make it 3rd and 7. Bush with very quick burst through the line.
Very quick, very quick. Just
they are
right up the middle.
They are in the 4 down territory. They're not going to have to kick the football. They've got 2 plays to make this
what, about 7 yards?
7 yards. So 2 big plays coming up right here.
We need to shut them down right now.
Delrick Taylor comes near side, wide, and Brent Gilbert to the far side of the field. Man in motion to the near side, I formation. Robertson drops back, quick pass, and it's very short, missing Taylor by about 4 yards. He was spread out wide to the near side and just underthrown.
You know what did that look like to me?
It looked like it's going to be a lateral.
Looked like
one hop lateral.
One hop lateral, and the guy just keep on running down the field. Looked like that was going to be a trick play.
Sure did.
Who did that on national television? Was it A&M that did that once on national television, and then the rest, every high school in the state tried it that year?
I guess the referees think it's going to be a field goal because they're back here in the end zone.
4th and 7.
The kicker's out there.
Kicker is, of course, Tony Vineyard.
I think it's going to be a fake. I don't think he's going to try it from there.
Holding it is Ryan Bassetti. The ball is marked at the 38-yard line. High snap, ball down. Kick is up, and it is low and short to the left. Not even close, missing by a good 9 yards.
I looked for a fake there. I thought they was going to fake it. The guy couldn't make that one.
So the Lions take over after the missed field goal, and
good defense there. Good finally after we kind of bent, we didn't break. You know, 8:31, they used up some clock, so let's see what we can do
Let's
here now.
just move this ball down the field.
Kenyatta Neal with 135 yards rushing in the first half of play. 1st and 10 at the 31 for the Lions. Now the officials blow the whistle, and once again they're backing up the Pinetree players. And really, this officiating crew, I don't know, maybe they haven't worked together all year long.
We got Corley at quarterback.
As Phillip, new quarterback. Here's the snap. Corley pitches to Neal. He bursts up the middle. 35, 39-yard line where he's finally knocked down by Kevin Daniel, and that's going to be a good gain of about 9 yards.
I like the way he kind of picked and moved and zigged and zagged through there that time, finding a little daylight here and there. And
Well,
now
he got a little cramp. He got a cramp,
yeah,
Bobby.
got up holding his leg.
It seems like against this Pinetree team, the cutbacks are working better than the sweeps.
Yeah.
2nd and 1 at the 40. As now into the game, Brian Brown. Here's the snap. Corley pitches to Brown. He slips. Now gets over to 40, to the 41. Looks like there might be a fumble. Pinetree comes up with it, and they have it. Pinetree recovers. Kevin Daniel at the 42-yard line. That was Tim Fuller with the ball, and he fumbled it, and Pinetree has it. There's a player down briefly for Pinetree, but another big turn of events here in this game, and this time again in Pinetree's favor, as that will be 1st and 10 for them on the Lions' 42. Comes at 7:48 of the 3rd quarter of play. Pinetree in front, 14-10.
Boy, we have called on this defense tonight several times.
That's a bad place to fumble the ball down there, isn't it?
Yeah, we need them one more time, guys.
Pinetree to the line, 3 wide receivers. 1 man in motion near side. Peters and Bush in the backfield. Here's the snap. And it's a rollout, under pressure and sacked at the 50. Fumble. Lions got it. The sack by Ballinger. Scott Goodwin with the recovery. And just like that, the Lions have the ball back.
Boy, Shane Ballinger came in there just like a big old bull. And he just literally ran smooth over him.
He's the star of this game right now, I think.
Yes, he is.
He has played amazingly well. And just think, we have 2 more years to watch him develop.
He's going to be a good if nothing happens.
Yes, he
1st and 10 at midfield with 7:40 on the clock. Corley remains at quarterback. Brian Brown in the backfield.
I believe that's Bowens or Page. Just Page.
There's Page with the flip. He goes up the middle, keeps on going over to 45 to the 44. Now there's a pile up. Little rough stuff going on. And it's finally broken up, but that's a 6-yard gain. And Page, really, he just continues to amaze me for a kid his size.
Yeah, he has lots of desire.
So that's 2nd down and about 4. So Page remains in the backfield with Brian Brown. Right side wingback. Here's the snap, pitched out to Page. Low pitch, he grabs it, and he'll get maybe 1 yard. Lead block was Allen 8.
Good job there by Pinetree outside there to string it out. It's going to be a tough 3rd and 3, I believe.
They've got him a pretty good game plan.
Seems like their defense has really zoned in on that sweep.
They have got him a good game plan. They're lining up in a defense to stop that.
3rd and 3 at the 43. Lions out of the huddle. Near side wingback, Kenneth Williams. Here's the snap, and it's pitched back. Fred Bowens with it, tries to go near side, gets nowhere. Tackled by Bo White and also Daniel Bradley. And that will pretty much be no gain, 4th and 3 for the Lions.
We've got to kick them down there deep and I hope we can play some more good defense.
They'll give them, that was no gain, so it's 4th and 3 at the 40. They may have given them 1 yard, but they'll punt it away. And back to receive the punt is Rajard Roberts.
Kenyatta Neal went out. We hadn't seen him over there on the sideline. He went out a little while ago, and we'd certainly miss him.
Shannon Cox back to punt. Roberts at the 10-yard line to receive. Here's the snap, it's good. And the punt is away. A high, good one by Cox. Roberts takes it at the 6, fumbles it, and is tackled immediately on the play at the 6-yard line. Getting downfield for the Lions was Page.
Bo Page.
Call his name all night long. So this is a good chance for, this defense has played well, but this is a good chance for the Lions defense to make something happen again. They're really relying on this defense.
we would love for something big to happen right here and get a fumble right there and get in there and get another score up.
Mark Peters and Darrell Bush in the backfield. Bush with it up the left side. He stumbles his way up to the 10 for a gain of 4. 2nd and 6.
Third quarter moving along pretty rapidly now. 5 minutes and 25 seconds clock running here left in the third quarter. Lions still trail 14-10. Got Pinetree backed up. Let's try to keep him back there, Lions.
Pinetree to the line. Delrick Taylor comes near side. They keep Bush and Peters in the backfield. And here's the snap. Peters with it. Comes near side and keeps on his feet to the 13. Pick up a 3, and that's going to make it 3rd and 3.
Whoa, we need to shut him down.
Peters is a load to bring down.
Good-looking sophomore.
Good, yeah.
Good-looking young
really
sophomore.
done a good job tonight, and he really is not supposed to be their dominant ball carrier. You know, this Darrell Bush is supposed to be the man with the plan, and at this point in time,
big play here. We need to hold him.
Clock running at 4:33. I formation in the backfield. Peters and Bush. And there's movement on the line. And I'm not sure if the Lions were drawn off, but they sent 3 men. And Robertson, the quarterback, tried to pick up some quick yards, but flags flew, and it looks like it's going to go against the Lions. So that's going to give Pinetree a first down. Defensive offsides by Henderson.
That hurt.
Really needed to stop him there.
Yeah, we did.
Clock at 4:22. That
Had a
moves
good
the
chance
ball.
to do it, too.
Moves the ball to the 18. Coming in with the play for Pinetree is Ronnie Pruitt. Pinetree breaks out of the huddle. Clock starts to run. Delrick Taylor wide side. Pinetree going left to right on your radio dial. I formation, pitch back to Bush, coming near side, breaks through a hole. He's at the 25-30, cuts upside, 40, down at the 45. A 27-yard pickup before he's finally ran down by Shane Ballinger and Jeffrey Holman.
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
Ballinger, the rest of the defense has to be inspired by his effort. He's all over the place, but a big cut-up run by Darrell Bush.
Got him out of the hole, too.
Yes.
Got him out of a bind, and now we're in a bind.
Down to the 44-yard line. 3:45 left in the third quarter.
Delrick Taylor wide to the far side. I formation in the backfield. And is handed to the first man through. Bush as the fullback this time. Gets to the 47, a 2-yard gain. As the tailback that time was Rajard Roberts.
Jeffrey Holman and Shane Ballinger.
So that'll make it 2nd and 8.
But everything is playing right in Pinetree's hands right now, is that they're making the first downs and keeping the football, and their clock is running. That's what they want, to keep the ball away from us.
Offset I with Peters and Bush in the backfield. Taylor wide to the far side. Pitch to Bush. He comes near side. Has a hole. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20. He's going to go to the 5 end zone. Touchdown. 53 yards as Darrell Bush makes a huge play for Pinetree and puts them up 20-10, pending the extra point try. A big lead block by Mark Peters, and the bell rings here in Pinetree as they have put the Lions in a serious hole now.
They got their own little sweep, don't they? Good little offensive play.
On to kick the extra point is Tody Vineyard, holding Ryan Bassetti. The ball's down, kick is up and blocked. Scott Goodwin and Brett Mitchell with the block. And the ball rolling on the far side. Lions pick it up and go out of bounds. And the extra point is blocked. That makes the score 20-10. 2:57 left, third quarter. Pinetree in front on Henderson Lions football.
East Text Telephone Cooperative Incorporated wants our member customers to know about enhanced services that are now offered. With the call waiting service, you can receive an alert of incoming calls while you are already engaged in conversation. Call forwarding transfers incoming calls to another number. The caller ID feature lets you see who's calling before you answer the phone. Contact East Text Telephone Cooperative Incorporated for more information on enhanced services.
Pinetree up by 10, 20-10 now, after a 53-yard touchdown run by Darrell Bush. The extra point was blocked, and Pinetree ready to kick it off to the Lions. 2:57 left, third quarter. I'm Charles Wood alongside Charlie Franklin and Bobby Briscoe. Thanks for joining us tonight. Lions in a hole. They have a 10-point deficit to make up.
Little gut check, Bobby. Gut check.
Here's the kick. It's a deep one, taken at the goal line by Page. He scoots up the middle of the field, has some blocking at the 25, and he's tackled finally at the 27-yard line. A good return by Bo.
Charlie, I'm seeing some kids out here that are doing things individually that are, that are quite impressive, but we just haven't put it together as a team yet, and we're not making the important or big plays as we need to make them.
So the Lions break out of the huddle with 2:47 left, third quarter. 1st and 10 at their own 27. Corley under center. Here's the snap, and it's handed to Page up the middle. He gets a couple of tough yards to the 29, maybe 3 yards to the 30.
There's not any doubt that little man's got some guts, is there?
No doubt about it. It's 2:30 to go here in the third quarter. Lions down by 10. This is an important series. We've got the ball here on the 30-yard line, 70 yards away. We've got to get something going here.
Neal back in the game as the tailback. Page joins him as the fullback. Here's the snap. Page with the ball. Up the middle with some blocking over to 30 to the 34. A 4-yard gain, and that will make it 3rd and 4 for Henderson. And a huge third down for them. You don't want to belabor the point, but going into the fourth quarter, you don't want to be down by 10. So a big third down.
Yeah, still about 5, like about 5, 4.5 maybe.
Yeah, they marked the spot was a little short, and they'll say it's 3rd and 5.
Well, these Pinetree fans are on their feet.
Corley looks over to the line, settles under center. Here's the snap, pitch back to Neal. Sweeps near side, comes off the block, spins away at the 36, over to 40 to the 45.
Be a face mask.
And there's the flag. At the 47, Neal with a huge play.
You're not kidding, is it huge?
He was stopped at the line and then spun off and gained 7 more yards. And then the face mask
Ought to
call.
get 15 more. That was a big one. He had to hold that face mask big time.
And threw him and just slung him down.
As unsportsmanlike.
That's going to be 15. That's got to be.
So that's a big difference there. That's going to move the ball into...
Heck of a run by Kenyatta there.
He was tackled.
He was
tackled, and
he was
just
stopped.
Yeah.
That'd be a good play for him to see next week on Channel 10.
TCA.
Because, boy, they had him stop, and he hit the outside, and a lot of determination there.
Ball is marked up to the 38 of Pinetree, so the Lions with a little momentum now.
Maybe that'll get us fired up.
But we got to put the ball in the end zone. We're down by 10 points. We got to get 7 of them back on this drive.
Clock at 1:30 here left in the third quarter. Lions to the line, Travis Adams and Kenyatta Neal in the backfield, right side wingback. Corley with the snap. Hands it off to Neal up the middle. Breaks through up to the 35 for a gain of 2. And he's picking his way through, doing some good running.
He did. He's running tough. He went out and it looked like he had a little cramp, and he went out and came back in, and he's running very tough right now. And actually, he picked up about 3 that time.
He's having yardage-wise what may turn out to be his best game of the year. He's really piling up some yards. Clock at 1 minute as the Lions set up. Here's the snap, and it's a fake pitch. Corley with some time tries to put it up, now sacked. He had Derek Page wide open on a little flare pattern to the far side, but hesitated for a moment, and now he's brought down at the line of scrimmage.
I think Philip Mays, I don't know what, he hurt something.
He's got a bad knee,
He's down on the ground as he'll be checked out now. That was a new play.
That was a play that we scored on against Nacogdoches where we faked the scat and we're going to raise up and throw. Hadn't done it in a while, but that was a big play against Nacogdoches. But that time he couldn't pull the trigger.
As that stops the clock at 37 seconds. As hopefully Phillip will get up, as we'll have some more scores for you here in a second on the Dogwood Orthopedic Clinic scoreboard. Just hot off the press, so let's take a look at them real quick. As, of course, a lot of happy Halloweens out there for everybody.
Yeah. There's some bats.
We have an artist back at the studio.
And Casper and a bunch of things on her fact sheet.
Corley is up now, so that is a very good sight. So take a look at the Dogwood Orthopedic Clinic scoreboard, of course, brought to you by Dr. Roger C. Sessions and Dr. Sean M. Figueri. They're located at 612 North High Street in Henderson. In Class 4A, Carthage beating up on Hallsville, 44-17. All these scores in the third quarter, unless otherwise noted. Kilgore, 24-6 over Gilbert. Lions ready. Jonathan Stovall back in at quarterback as Corley walking under his own power off to the sideline. 3rd and 7 for the Lions at the 34 of Pinetree.
A couple of big plays here. We got to make a big third down play.
Here's the snap. Pitch back to Neal. He goes over the right side of the line. Cuts back inside. Walloped at the 31. Keeps on his feet. Forward progress to the 31. A gain of 3, and that's going to be 4th and 4.
Yeah, a good run and a good hit.
Good run, good hit by Pinetree.
Alan Ayton out of the game is bringing in the play.
Probably won't get off the play here as the clock runs down, Charles, so it's probably not going to be able to get it off.
Not at all. So we'll go into the 4th quarter of play. Pinetree 20, Henderson 10, and we'll be back in a moment on Henderson Lions football.
Turning points, those times in our lives that make a dramatic impact. Marriage, divorce, a child's birth, a death. These are just a few of life's turning points. But life's ultimate turning point is where we will spend eternity. I'm Jerry Wilson, pastor of Henderson's First Baptist Church, and I want to invite you to join us Sundays at 11 a.m. and 6 p.m. as we discover biblical answers and support for life's turning points.
And back at Pinetree Stadium, we go to the 4th quarter of play. The Pirates leading the Lions 20-10. Lions 4th and 3 at the Pirates' 32-yard line.
This is the biggest play of the ball game here. If we don't make this play, we might not win this football game. If we do make it, we got a good chance of going down and score and get right back in it. We're down by 10 points. 4th and 3. Let's see what happens.
They're at the line. Jonathan Stovall at quarterback. Kenyatta Neal and Derek Page in the backfield. Jeffrey Holman, right side wingback. Here's the flip back to Neal. Right side, he bursts over the line down to the 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Big gain of 7 by Neal, who's having a wonderful game.
Had to have it, and we got it. Good execution.
Other scores on the Dogwood Orthopedic Clinic scoreboard. Sulphur Springs 3-0 over Mount Pleasant. Texas High 13-7 over North Lamar. Lions back to the line, 1st and 10 at the 25. Clock running at 11:45 left in the game. Stovall hunches over center. Pitches it back to Neal. He goes over to the left side of the line. Burst over the middle. Down to the 15-yard line. Another gain of close to 10 yards. Depending on the mark, it looks like it'll be 9 yards by Kenyatta. And they're starting to pound the ball.
They're starting to pound the ball up the middle just like we're supposed to.
Other Class 4A score, Liberty Ilo 21, Paris 13. 2nd and 1 for the Lions at the 16-yard line. Here's the snap, pitch back to Payne. Lead blocker, Neal, he's over to 15. Burst still over to 10. And he's down finally at the 8-yard line. Tough running.
Boy, he runs hard, doesn't he, for a little guy?
1st and goal for the Lions. As they start to have a little giddy up in their step now.
Got a little giddy up in their step.
So it's at the 8.
Let's hope an offensive line can take over here this last part of the ball. We got to get the ball in the end zone. We ain't got there yet. We've got to get there.
Neal and Page remain in the backfield. Left side wingback Pat Brown. Here's the pitch to Neal, trying to sweep around the outside corner. At the 10, he's knocked out at the 9. So that's going to be a loss of 1. And make it 9 yards to go on 2nd and goal. Other scores to update, John, in Class 5A. Tied up, Longview 14, John Tyler 14 in the 3rd quarter. In the 4th quarter, Marshall 21-7 over Nacogdoches, and Robert E. Lee trying to upset number 10 rated Lufkin. They lead 17-14 in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and goal at the 9 for the Lions. 10:45 on the clock. Here's the snap, pitch back to Page, gets a good push, burst over, touchdown! Touchdown, Derek Bo Page! Good burst up the left side of the line, and the Lions close within 4 points.
Big play there.
Big play.
Man, the Lions coming through when they needed to. Big 4th and 3 play by Kenyatta Neal eventually leads to the 9-yard touchdown run by Derek Page with 10:40 left in the ballgame. Clayton Kirsch on to kick the extra point. Pat Brown is holding.
We had to get 6 points there. Let's get one more here.
High snap, kick is blocked.
Somebody get him.
Blocked, and it's picked up at the 16 as that finally ends the play as the ball was picked up by Montrell Howard. So that makes it 20-16. 10:40 left in the game, and you're listening to Henderson Lions football.
Now.
There was a time when the automatic teller machine was new. Some people were leery of it. Sure hope that thing doesn't eat my money. With time, the ATM achieved worldwide acceptance. Couldn't get along without my ATM card. Banking should be convenient. Use your ATM card. People's State Bank. Member FDIC.
Looking forward to your future.
10:40 left in the game. The Lions scoring on a 9-yard run by Derek Page. Extra point was blocked, making it 20-16 Pinetree.
Well, we got 6 of that 7 we wanted. I'd like to have that 17, and a field goal would have tied and gone to overtime if we need to end, but it's going to take at least a score now to go to the lead. But we at least got in the end zone where a touchdown will go ahead. So 10-4, a lot of time left. Got a good ball game on hand here.
Clayton Kirsch ready to kick off at the 40. Looks like he's angling to kick it to the far sideline. Lions kicking left to right. Here's the kick. It's a high one to the far sideline. It'll be taken at the 13 by Delrick Taylor. Up the middle of the field, cuts back, and he's finally brought down at the 20. Forward progress is going to mark him at the 22. So with 10:29, that's where Pinetree takes over with that amount of time left in the game. Other scores to update you on. Pittsburgh 26, Emory Range 6, Liberty Ilu 21, Paris 13, Elysian Fields 33, and Harleton 7. Those scores all in the 3rd quarter and brought to you by Dogwood Orthopedic Clinic. Pinetree sends out 2, 1 wide out near side, 1 to the far side. Lone man in the backfield is Darrell Bush. Here's the snap, and it's a reverse. Delrick Taylor with all sorts of room. 25, 30, 40-yard line. He beats one man. He's at the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. Down at the 20-yard line finally. Caught from behind by Caleb Hall. He reversed again by Delrick Taylor. And once again, he had practically the whole side of the field to himself.
Is that the only play they run where they go in the short or the slow motion, the short motion, when they're split out and come back in?
That was another big play. He scored on that earlier from 44 yards out. 1st and 10 at the 20, just inside the 20 of the Lions. 10:06 in running. Pinetree trying to add more points to their lead. Offset I formation, pitch back to Darrell Bush. He sweeps around the near side, breaks through up to the 16-yard line for a 4-yard pickup. As that,
boy, they have found them a place to run.
That sweep is working for them.
Yeah, it is.
Rajard Robertson with the play, bringing it into their quarterback. Robertson Casey Robertson. He brings them to the line. Roberts splits out far side. I formation in the backfield with Mark Peters and Bush. Here's the snap, and it's handed to Peters. First man through. He bulls his way over the line, down to the 11. 5-yard gain, and that's close to a first down.
Yep, close to a first down. They faked the pitch that time, and then they handed to the fullback, cutting back towards the middle, and Justin Jackson, their safety, had to come up and make the tackle that time.
9:07 and running as Robertson comes from the sideline from getting the play from their head coach, Dickie Meeks.
Our defense needs to step up here, make a play.
Roberts splits out to the far side. I formation again in the backfield.
Fumble.
On the field, scramble for it, and it went right back to Pinetree, didn't it?
Right in his hand.
Yes, it did.
Right in his hand. Probably got a first out of it.
I think they did. It's over the 10 to the 9.
Fumble the ball right in their hand.
So a lucky little bounce for the Pirates. Sometimes that's what football's about, and it's first and goal to go now at the 9. This is gut check time, really, for the Lions with 8:40 and running on the clock. Delrick Taylor out to the far side, I formation with Peters and Bush. And it's handed to Bush. Up the middle, he bursts through, touchdown. Touchdown from 9 yards out. That makes it 26-16. As Bush is having a nice game tonight.
Boy, he did have a spot to run that time.
Big hole.
I could have ran through that.
It's going to be a tough road to hoe now
Yes,
with
it is.
8:27 on the clock.
Yes, it is.
As they'll attempt the extra point now. And that, of course, as usual, by Tony Vineyard. Vassetti holding. Here's the snap. Ball's down. Kick is up. And it is through. 27-16. Pinetree leads it on Henderson Lions football. In Pinetree, 8:27 left in the ball game, and Pinetree lengthens their lead to 11 points, 27-16, as they answer a Henderson score with one of their own, a 9-yard run by Darrell Bush, and they're up by 11 with just 8:27 left in the game.
Yeah, they're upsetting the making right here. Unless something happens quick.
They're ready to kick it off. Back deep is Kenyatta Neal to receive. Here's the kick. It's short to the near side. Derek Page takes it at the 15. Cuts inside. Tries to get some blocks. And he keeps on his feet. 25-30. Breaks out. It comes inside to the 40. Still on his feet at the 50. 45-40. 35. And he's down at the 31. Derek Page with a run. What a run. Cutting back up into the middle of the field. And that is...
That's unbelievable.
An incredible.
I am amazed.
Wow, that is a good 55-yard return right there.
He got hit about 6 times, but refused to go down. You've got to see that next week. That is
That's unbelievable.
That's an unbelievable run right
Come
there.
on, Lions, let's score right now.
That's the play of the game, I think.
Oh, yeah.
If that can't get you fired up and excited, I don't know what can.
1st and 10 at the 32 of Pinetree. Travis Adams and Kenyatta Neal in the backfield. And it's handed, it's a fake handoff. Stovall back to pass, puts it up. And it's completed to Adams at the 25. He keeps on his feet. And finally, ankle tackled at the 21, an 11-yard gain. First down for Henderson.
Good catch, Travis Adams.
He almost
good catch,
got away
good
from that
run.
tackle.
8 minutes exactly on the clock. If the clock is stopped, the ball out of bounds. So
Well, they're moving the chains, so the clock starts up
now
again.
it starts back. I thought he went out of bounds. He didn't. Come on, let's get a play call.
It's at the 21-yard line. Henderson trying to answer back quickly. Becomes an offensive battle, maybe. Kenyatta Neal and Derek Page in the backfield. Pat Brown, right side wingback. Pitch back to Page. Up the middle. He spurts over the 20. Down at the 17. A 4-yard pickup. Make it 2nd and 6. clock really the enemy right now for the Lions. They need a quick score. Alfredo Gonzalez out of the game. Alan Ayton replaces Pat Brown.
Grant Fidito came in for Alfredo.
2nd and 7 at the 18-yard line. 7:11 on the clock. Stovall pitches over to Neal. He comes near side, trying to sweep around the corner. He cuts up 15 down to the 11, but there's a flag, and that looks like it's in the area of holding for the Lions. We'll wait for the call, but if it gets thrown in that area, it's usually not good news.
No, got that right.
That would have been a 7-yard or 6-yard gain as they mark it at the 12, but they will hash out the call, and it looks like it's going to be holding versus Henderson. Against Henderson, I should say, and that will bring it back. That kind of momentarily kills that momentum.
It does just kill it.
So they will bring it back a little bit. 7:01 on the clock as they mark off the penalty. Back to the 28-yard line. Alan Ayton out of the game. Fred Bowens, Kenneth Williams, and Pat Brown into the game. They just announced the score for that Longview-John Tyler game. We'll try to bring in an update. Last report
They got a pretty good hand out here, so Longview must be ahead.
14-14 was the last score we had. Kenneth Williams splits out to the far side. Simpson and Pat Brown near side. Here's the snap. Stovall, straight drop, under pressure. Screen pass to Bowens. He has some room at the 30, 20, 15, 10, at the 5. Cuts up, score! Score, Henderson! A 29-yard screen pass. Fred Bowens weaving his way around, and that puts the Lions on the board as they cut into the lead. That makes it 27-22.
Doug Gibbons, our quick side tackle, did get a block.
Got the clearing block.
Do you go for 2 to make it a 3-point game?
Probably so.
As that would cut it to within a field goal.
Yes.
What a play by Fred Bowens. 29-yard spurt. Comes with 6:41
We're going to call a timeout, I believe.
As they look like they don't have the right players
We're running out of time.
They will call a timeout, and we'll take one as well. 27-22. Pinetree in front on Henderson Lions football.
At Boral Bricks, we understand people's taste. Whatever your need, whatever color, whatever style, we have just what you want. Because at Boral Bricks, we've known all along that it's more than just a brick. It's the home of your dreams. Just call 1-800-5-BORAL-5 to receive a free brochure and the location of the showroom nearest you. Boral Bricks, a solid decision to build your dreams on.
Lions trying for 2 points. Here's the snap. Pitch back to Neal. He goes over the line in. 2-point conversion for the Lions on a run by Kenyatta Neal, and that makes it a 3-point game. And that run back on the kickoff by Derek Payne.
Oh, very, very important play. Very important play was the screen pass. I'm telling you, Doug Gibbons got as good a block as anybody could ever ask for.
Little Fred did a good job of running, didn't he?
Yeah, Fred just knew how to cut and move, and he set up the blocks what he really did. So it's a good run, good block. Ooh. So we need something big to happen right on this kickoff.
It boils down. 6:41 on the clock. Henderson about ready to kick it off. And the defense, it's their time to shine.
The defense has got to help this offense out. The offense is put something on the board here. The defense is going to come out and make a stand.
What a ball game it has been.
Need a good kickoff here, and we need to pin them back there deep, hopefully. They're looking for the onside kick. It's too early. We're going to kick it over their head, Clayton.
Yeah, I would. Looks like he's angling the ball again.
Yeah.
As he'll kick it to the far side of the field with the Lions kicking left to right on your radio dial. Back to receive this kick for Pinetree is J.T. McLean at the 20. Also, Richard Roberts at the 19. And back deep is Delrick Taylor. He's at the 8-yard line. Clayton Kirsch the kick. Pinetree players holding hands on the near sideline. Henderson's side fired up. Their fans standing on their feet. Here's the kick by Clayton, and it's a high, deep one to the far side of the field, and it's fumbled at the 10, finally picked up by McLean. He has some room up the middle, and he's popped at the 17, pushed back to the 15-yard line. As a lot of players in on that. Kenneth Williams made a big hit.
It's 83 I'm seeing that over there that jumped up. He made a good shot on him. Just big lick on him. Josh Burks.
Josh Burks, he really stuck him. 6:31, a lot of time left now for the defense. Need to have a good defensive stand right here. Don't give me any big plays. Try to draw them loose the football and try to stop them making any kind of first down.
First and 10 at the 16. Here's the snap, handed to Bush, right side. Gets through the line, over the 20, down to the 22-yard line, 23. And that's a 7-yard pickup right off the bat.
That's not what you want to give them on first down, is it?
No, we need it to happen right here.
They need to stop.
We have got to stop them.
Coming in with the play is Ronnie Pruitt, one of their tight ends. Second and short. We have 6 minutes left in this game. Elric Taylor splits out far side. 2 in the backfield, that's Bush and Peters. And it's handed off to Bush. Comes near side, and he doesn't get much.
It'll be third and short. It'll be less than a yard, though. Didn't like a whole lot.
Justin Jackson and Derek McGee on the tackle.
Third, very short, Charles. Very short.
Need to clamp down on him. As coming in with the play is Charles Blundell. 27-24, Pinetree in front.
I hope they don't run the reverse again.
Delrick Taylor splits out far side. He's been the man on the reverse. High formation, Peters and Bush. Long count, here's a snap. Peters up the middle. Oh, it's kept by the quarterback, and he's nailed. Jeremy Glenn, Scott Goodwin. Also in there, Derek McGee and Brett Mitchell.
We're going to get the football because we had made a great defensive play there.
Good job, Jeremy.
Yeah, you put that ball back at the 20, so a loss of about 5, and they'll bring on the punting unit. Look out!
Word, we need good position right here. We need to catch the ball in the air.
They've got a good punter. Kicks the ball real high. Just don't take any chances. Let's get the football and play it safe.
Ryan Bassetti to punt. Brian Brown and Charles Simpson at the 44 of the Lions to receive. Here's the punt. It's a high one, a good one. Charles Simpson takes it at the 43. Doesn't fair catch. Keeps on his feet, but his knee down.
He's not down yet.
He's not down, but
he wasn't down.
Did he call for a fair catch?
There's a flag on the play.
I still got to give him a yard.
There's a flag on the play, and I don't think they gave him enough area to receive the ball.
Yeah.
So.
Is it 3?
It's 3 in college ball. Yeah, I think it's same in high school. You got to give him 3 yards.
I went a yard, 2 yards. I knew they have to give him some room, and they didn't give him any room.
Yards.
So the Lions going to have good field position. Oh, as 4:20 is on the clock. What a comeback this would be for the Lions.
4:20. We're 51 yards away, so we just got to take care of business and execute. Offense done a good job.
Ball is marked at the 49 of the Lions. They come out of the huddle. Neal and Page in the backfield. Left side wingback is Pat Brown. Stovall, here's the snap, pitch back to Neal, and he's nailed in the backfield. Bursting through and tackling him at the 40-yard line. A great play by Quantrell Howard, their weak side linebacker.
He just ran through there.
That's the first time that's happened tonight.
They're going to mark Neal at the 43-yard line.
That's a break right there.
It's a 6-yard loss. It looked like it was.
Looked like it's going to be a lot more than that.
Yes. So second down and 16. Clock at 3:48 and running as the Lions come to the line. Do or die time. Stovall looks over his line. Here's the snap, and he hands to Neal. Left side. He doesn't get anywhere. Maybe a 1-yard pickup. And it's going to be 3rd and 15. As this Pinetree defense responds now. So, with 3:23 on the clock,
They're going to
comes down to 2 plays.
Pinetree has forced us to throw the football. You know, we've been moving the ball real well on the ground, but we didn't do it those 2 plays. So now we got to break our normal set, split out, throw the football.
Williams splits out far side, Simpson and Brown near side. Stovall back to pass, light rush. As he pump fakes it, puts it up, and it's knocked down, intended for Simpson at the 35, but making the play for Pinetree was Marty Gruber, their rover. And it's down to 1 play for the Lions. 4th and 16.
2:59 left in the 4th quarter.
It's in the punt team in.
Yes, he is. Shannon Cox. As for a brief moment, we have a time to bring you the Dogwood Orthopedic Clinic scoreboard. Number 1 Longview beats John Tyler 20-14, and Robert E. Lee upsets Lufkin 24-14. How about that? Shannon Cox to punt it away with 2:59. Low snap, it skips on the ground. Cox picks it up, end over end kick, hits at the 24, and it will be down at the 20-yard line. With 2:49 left in this game, Pinetree takes over, and the defense has to step up again. So, once again, Longview winning 20-14 tonight over John Tyler. The other 5A score to bring you in the 4th quarter, Marshall 21-7 over Nacogdoches.
Boy, I tell you what, Tyler Lee's got to be the most improved football team in East Texas. That's unbelievable.
That is an incredible win over Lufkin. Nobody expected that.
No.
Carthage 56-17 over Hallsville in the 4th quarter. Kilgore 45-8 over Gilmer. 2:49 left here, 27-24 Pinetree with the lead and with the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 19. They pitch it back to Bush, he sweeps near side. Trying to find some room, he doesn't go anywhere.
Timeout.
And he's tackled by Justin Jackson and Derek McGee at the 19. No gain, timeout. Henderson takes it with 2:37 on the clock. That gives us a chance to finish out the scoreboard. As other 4A scores to bring you, Mount Pleasant 7, Sulphur Springs 3 in the 4th quarter. North Lamar now leading Texas High 14-13. Another final to bring you, Pittsburgh 39, Emory Rain 6. Liberty Ilo 21-13 over Paris in the 3rd quarter. And in the 4th quarter now, Elysian Fields 33-7 over Harleton. That matchup not living up to its billing.
This football's some game, and they beat Texas High, goes up there and beats Mount Pleasant last week, and then let North Lamar get them and hold them tonight. North Lamar had won 1 or 2 games all year.
What about Robert E. Lee, though, guys?
Oh, I tell you what, that guy over there, they just done a phenomenal job, I tell you.
Now John Tyler has to beat Robert E. Lee next week to go to the playoffs. Who would have thought that at the beginning of the season?
Who would have thought it?
We have here, 2:37 left in the game, 2nd and 10 at the 19. Pinetree out of the huddle. They're up by 3. High formation, and they hand it to the first man through, stacked up at the 19, finally tackled at the 15, as on that carry was Eddie Key.
Pinetree's not getting much, but they've got the scoreboard. They get 27-24, 3-point lead with 2:20 left to go here. If the Lions doing what they're having to do, they got to stop one more time and hope we got at least a couple more shots.
It's at the 18-yard line, and Pinetree taking their time. They have plenty of it with 2:05 on the clock. Play clock not running at all.
Oh, that's what I was looking at. Hadn't even started.
Not at all. Under 2 minutes now. 3 wide receivers for Pinetree, offset on. Robinson hands it off to Bush. He's hit in the backfield, stays on his feet.
He's not down yet.
And he's finally down at the 21-yard line after a 4-yard gain. But, man, you have to keep on hitting him to get him down.
Yep.
And that's going to be a 4th down situation now. And Pinetree will have to punt it away. There's a timeout on the field. We'll take one ourselves. 27-24, Pinetree leads it on Henderson Lions football.
Henderson Tire has the largest selection of Cooper tires at the guaranteed lowest prices in Rusk County. They also provide full mechanic services. If you want the best price in Rusk County, whether it's brake service, wheel alignment, or replacement of shocks, Henderson Tire is the place to be. They offer 90 days, same as cash, with the lowest prices ever. They'll beat any advertised price in Rusk County. At Henderson Tire, there's no appointment necessary. Come by anytime for great service. Henderson Tire, 205 South Marshall in the old Montgomery Wards building.
Pinetree to the line with 1:45 on the clock. They're kicking it away as their punter, Ryan Bassetti. Here's the snap, and he gets it away under rush. High kick. Charles Simpson lets it bounce at the 43, down the sideline, and it's out of bounds at the 25. Bounces down the sideline, a total of about 18 yards, and that pins the Lions deep in their own territory with 1:36 on the clock.
1:36, fourth quarter, we're down 27-24. We have got to have some big plays.
Quick.
And it's got to happen in 1 minute and 36 seconds.
Have to at least get down to about the 25 to give Clayton Kirsch a chance to tie it
Do
up.
we have any timeouts left?
I don't think so.
I doubt it.
So, 1:36 left in the game. Lions to the line, 1st and 10 at the 28. They have 3 wide receivers. Simpson and Brown near side. Stovall straight drop, light rush, and he wings it. High towards Williams at the 40, out of his reach. Missing by about 3 yards, and they'll make it 2nd and 10, stopping the clock at 1:29.
Yep, just trying to run down the field and run, not even a little flag pattern or piling pattern. He's just running down the field and just throwing it up and hoping we got a chance to catch it.
Stovall gets the play from Coach Alexander, trots into the huddle. Lions try to stage a come-from-behind victory. Simpson and Brown split out far side now. Williams near side. Terrence Oliver and Kenyatta Neal in the backfield. Stovall straight drop again. He's under rush, moves up in the pocket, puts it up now. Completed to Simpson at the 41. As that marks the ball,
stop it and give us the first
10.
down, but they'll start it just, we're hurrying back up to get on the line.
13-yard gain.
Down the ball.
Lions waiting, they're ready, and now the chains are set. Stovall under center, here's the snap, and he spikes it. That stops the clock at 1:18. At the 41-yard line, so they need to go at least 25, about 34 yards to get into field goal range.
Field goal range.
We're a long ways away yet.
So that will stop the clock. Pinetree trying to stage an upset. Both teams looking for their 2nd district win. Lions out of the huddle. 2nd and 10 at the 41. Pass formation.
We're offside over here.
Yeah, he ran up there and crossed the line of scrimmage, broke the plane.
Sure did. Number 30 over here. He just 5-yard penalty.
Well, that will back it up to the 36. Kenneth Williams. You got to check yourself off with the officials.
You got to look inside before you get up there and line up.
And that is the call. So back it up, and that makes it even that much tougher. As they mark it at the 36 now. Next week, Kilgore is at Henderson. Final regular season game. Make sure to join us. 1:18 left here in Pinetree. Pirates leading by 3 over the Lions. They're out of the huddle. Simpson and Pat Brown split out far side. Kenneth Williams near side. Oliver and Neal in the backfield to block. Stovall checking his line.
What are they waiting on?
I don't know. The official could play a penalty on them.
As here's the snap. Stovall drops back to pass. Puts it up. And it's incomplete. Simpson slipped down at the 46. The pass overshot him, and that one was almost intercepted by Bo White of Pinetree. 1:11 now left in the game, and that's 3rd and 15. That was almost a delay of game penalty against the Lions. So it comes down to 2 plays. Simpson and Brown go out to the far side. Williams near side. Oliver and Neal in the backfield. Here's the snap. Light 4-man rush. Stovall with plenty of time puts it up. And it's completed at the 45. On the catch was Pat Brown.
Pat Brown.
That's a good throw and a good catch there.
Mr. Clutch.
21-yard gain. 1st down and 10. That stops the clock at 1:05. Don't count the Lions out yet. As now they're about 20 yards away from field goal territory.
That's a good route then. Crossing route's hard to stop.
Let's see if the Lions got it in them. This would be a great win. As they come to the line now. Simpson and Brown near side, Williams far side. Oliver and Neal back to block again. Stovall, straight drop. He's under pressure. Screen pass, and it drops incomplete at the 50. As that would have been trouble anyway, as Neal was well covered on that play. So that stops the clock at 1:01. There is a flag on the far side of the field. And we'll see what this call is. Hopefully not against the Lions. Can't keep going back and forth this late in the game. Unsportsmanlike against Pinetree.
Well, we've got a minute and 1 second.
How about that?
That helped.
That helps.
It's going to put the ball at the 30-yard line.
We have got a chance.
That is a big play. That's the biggest play of this game right there.
We have got a chance now.
1st and 10 at the 30. 1:01 left in the game.
I'm looking for us to come back and run maybe our sweep back inside now and try to pick up a good gainer, on the ground. And
you don't think they'll stay in the air?
Well, he took a long time to call the play, so we might do it.
Well, but he left Terrence in there. Terrence is at the end, though.
I was thinking about the field goal, but he might be going for all of it.
Now Neal and Page in the backfield. Here's the snap, pitch back to Neal. Up the middle, cuts up, down to the 25, a gain of 5.
Yeah,
we're in the ball game now.
That's Clayton Kirsch territory. They're piling up. A little bit of delay as Pinetree takes their time. Clock at 45 seconds. Lions to the line. Here's the snap. Stovall back to pass. Under pressure, lobs it up to Brown. Intercepted. Intercepted by Holland. By Pinetree. He's going to go down to the 40. 35-30. Tackled by Neal. An interception by Marty Gruber, the Rover. And he takes it back, and Pinetree has won this game. There's 30 seconds.
There's a flag right over there. I don't know.
There is a flag. We'll have to see what that is. But if it stays the same, Pinetree, all they have to do is kneel and in this game. But we'll see what this call is. As Gruber stepped in front of Pat Brown and intercepted the ball at about the 20-yard line.
Pinetree is thinking it's against them.
As now they're signaling it's against Henderson. We'll wait for the officials to call it.
I think it's going to be on the return. It's clip on the return. Blocking below the waist on the return.
Yep.
They get the football.
Pinetree is going to upset the Lions here. It'll be their second district win. The Lions, their third loss, and Pinetree is celebrating here on seniors night. They upset Gilbert.
And I don't blame them. I'd celebrate too.
Yep.
Yeah, they deserve to celebrate.
Yeah.
They come to the line, 30 seconds left, and all they have to do is kneel down and end the game.
Snap it and take a knee.
Lions tried to stage a come from behind win, but the interception as the clock starts to run, and that's going to pretty much wrap up this game. Lions will drop to 6-3 overall, but 1-3 in district play, which pretty much ends their playoff hopes. And Pinetree.
That's the biggest win for Dickie Meeks since he's been in Pinetree right there.
Pinetree will go to 3-6 and 2-2. They run out on the field and celebrate. Pinetree upsets Henderson 27-24. And we'll be back to wrap things up in a moment on Henderson Lions Football.